But welcome to Whiskey Dice. My name is Brad, and I will be your narrator for the evening. As always, I'm joined by the stars of the show. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
It is a sausage fest tonight. And we will have one more sausage joining us at some point. So when we take a break and someone pops back up, that cute elf picture of that blood guy is Ian's character. He's going to jump in later. We are Tatiana and Andrea list because both of them are having a very rough day.
Yes.
But we are going to press on and adventure into the Briar Marshes. And yeah, so before... Well, not really before we begin, even though my dialogue here says before we begin. So I will preface.
As we begin.
So are we ready, players? So before we begin. So this this adventure is very much rooted in dark fantasy. And we'll touch on uncomfortable subject matter. Understand that this is very much a work of fiction. It's Dungeons and Dragons, and the actions herein are not defining of true belief or characteristics of the players around the table. This is your warning that if you are squeamish, to turn away now. It's pretty bad when the Dungeon Master makes that disclaimer at the beginning of a session.
Rough.
That'll be made probably at all of them, because I really like grimdark, dark fantasy settings, and I really push the envelope a lot sometimes.
I was reading that one guy's description, and I was like,
yeah.
I wonder how
Which
he's
one?
going to do
out of
this.
the Thalric, the manifesto?
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, I think you have an idea.
There is
spoil it for anybody.
There is some good ones in there.
What was his
As a
actual
suggestion,
name?
Yeah.
on the YouTube videos, probably put it in the description, that warning. And then for the Spotify stuff, do a pre-recorded message that plays it.
I haven't been posting to Spotify. I've been a bad boy. This one I will though.
So
Probably.
You may just want to do a pre-recorded.
This is like fresh start. Yeah, I'll do the cool narrator voice.
Narrative voice.
I'll do it in my voice actor voice.
There you go.
So we are playing we're a couple players down, and Alex may leave at some point in this to go get his daughter. Real life stuff, but we are going to press on through this session with at least 3 people, maybe 4, at some point together. But the thine shoulders of Shawn and Chris and Ian when he jumps on be heavy tonight, which I think will be fun. It's fun to play intimate sessions at times because it makes the decisions much more interesting. So, let's begin then. So the Briar Marches are a land of old magic, old stories and old conflicts buried atop old bones amid their grim tales.
Yeah.
In the beginning... This place was inhabited by settlers from across the Sea of Marrow, tribesmen and women, carving out their legacy when they were brought the invention of flame unto the dark coast of the Marches. Yeah, we're going that far back. It was those settlers led by Satras, the first king of the March, that found the existence of the mother dragon known as Scaldereth, and later her son, Banarbadrog. By the way, Andrea made this name. Banarbadrog. It's going to be a hard one that we're going to get used to in this section, in this campaign. Banarbadrog. She made the name. It's a hard name, but we'll get through it. It is unknown to current-day inhabitants how the dragons and these tribesmen coexisted in the early times, as their histories have been desecrated by the invasion that was led by King Malric in the year 147 of the Calendar of Iron. For 5 years, King Malric, now known as the Elder King, laid siege to the Marches, pushing out these tribesmen, scattering them into the cultures we now know some 4 decades later within the Manifesto of Vale, which will be very prominent within this campaign. The Manifesto of Vale was written by a Warden of Mortis, one Thalric Vale, and it's a document that I'm kind of using for my players as a lore piece to where they can read through it to get some ideas of the adventure ahead. So he's a keeper of the histories of the March. It is hinted that King Malric, whenever he warred upon the Briar Marches, that he made a pact with the dragon Banarbadrog, as he turned on his mother, the sun dragon. Oh, that is lame. So because there's a timeout for OneNote on password entry. Anyway, and he turned on his mother and aided King Malric in winning the war and conquering the March. For 4 decades now, Malric has built this realm in his wanted likeness as he spreads kind of his influence across the 5 fiefdoms ruled over by his closest allies. Skeldareth now resides in the Duravakian Mountains, giving birth yearly to stillborn dragon eggs. It is said or rumored she is protected by the tribesmen known as the Ravorn, who live in constant conflict with those in the endless sands to the east, where Skeldareth's son, Benarbadrog, lords over his tribesmen referred to as the Dragon Riders of Idrfan. For what Malric did, neither the Ravorn or the followers of Idrfan and the Sun Dragon dare interfere with the fiefdoms of the king, at least not since his conquest, and while he still lives. Amid the fiefdom of Krivengrad is where our story and adventure will take place and begin, as a group of would-be adventurers trained by the renowned bard known as Nerissa Flamecord have been sent to Krivengrad to find their own path. Krivengrad and the lands about are rooted in the deeds of the conqueror's past. A residual darkness has befallen this land, and it is said that the king is in his last days of life. Creatures of the dark from the Dovewood grow numerous, and the stories told to children before bed seem all too real these days. Our adventurers have played through a session 0, which we did last week, having already met a few of the individuals in town and agreeing to take a quest that has led them into the Dovewood to retrieve a great many bow ties that have been stolen from the Grung trader named Sitsot in Krivengrad. So before I allow my players to reintroduce themselves, welcome to the Briar Marches as we turn the page to Chapter 1, titled Pixie Bowtie. And with that, there's only 3 of us here at the moment, but whoever would like to go first, since this will be the first session published, who would like to
go?
Yeah, go right ahead,
it's
sir.
fresh on the brain. You see a 6-foot-ish, middle age, well, actually, probably a little younger than middle age, wood elf with copper skin, copper eyes, dark hair. He has piercings up along his ears that have carved wood. What are they called? Hoops. That's what they're called.
open?
Yep.
Open.
In very simple clothing. He has a spear with a band of colorful feathers looped around it.
Gotcha. And did you say what you were playing?
Oh, no, Druid. Oh,
Druid.
and a name would probably be cool.
Yeah, what's your name?
Atlas Greenthorn.
Atlas Greenthorn.
Man, I
Names.
suck at that.
It's been a theme across all my campaigns that names have power, and in this
Names
campaign, maybe
have
even more than others. Chris, introduce your character.
All right, my character's name is Gorik Rumblehands. I am a halfling monk, age 37, height 2 foot 9 inches, a whole 35 pounds, brown hair, green eyes.
Let's go.
When it comes to his outward appearance and the clothes he's wearing, he's going to have a green cloak that kind of covers over his body. Underneath said cloak, he is wearing a modest monk robe. Only thing to call out from that are the sleeves of said cloak have been ripped off. So he's got little muscly arms. Being a monk, he likes to punch things. Only other thing that would be of note on him is the pair of nunchucks hanging off of his belt as a weapon when his fists are not enough.
I like that. And Shawn? Oh boy. It was a big introduction in session 0. You can do it again if you want.
Yes.
Be our
Let's
guest. You worked on it, so do it.
Yes. If you're not used to actual Goliath names, here you go. I am playing Gailian, Fair Warrior, Fanatico. That is an actual, yes. He comes from a proud bloodline of Goliaths, who follow their traditions, being nomadic and respecting nature. Even being her weapon when the need arises. Their bloodline holds on to something called the Gilded Trinity. 3 decrees they hold to a high regard. 1, Spoken words are bond more than anything written in ink. 2. The strength and will of the tribe overcomes any foe. 3. If ever challenged to one-on-one combat, do not disrespect the call. Description: he is a small 6'8", 400 pounds.
He's
small.
He's a thick boy.
He's thick. All the case. Let's roll how many case?
You just went SpongeBob.
13
on that.
case.
Should it be C's?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13
C's.
C's.
13
Okay.
Yeah,
C's.
the
I'm sorry.
C's really, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
He wears dark trousers, a poncho with red and black spotted all over it, a long black hair shaved on the side, and wielding a giant great axe.
You got a sweet mullet.
I do.
Hell yeah.
I do.
Let's
I love
go.
it. That's fantastic.
The reason I added that because Domini has like hair, and I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't think of hair. I was like, "Screw it. This is what we're doing."
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember that last time.
Nope.
So, yeah, let's go.
This also has beard, but I'm not doing it. We all know of a Goliath who had a beard and enjoyed his ale. I'm not doing that.
I mean,
Tropes
you
out
can,
the window.
you can, no.
No.
There's a trope that is fair game to anyone, regardless of class. If you want to have a beard, enjoy. I have a beard and I
just
enjoy ale.
realized I was talking about myself.
We all have beards.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
you know, he talked kind of like this, and
I don't know if he talked a lot like that.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. You're doing great. You're doing great, buddy. Tatiana is playing a Tabaxi wizard named Dream. Ian is playing a elven cleric, I believe.
Eldrin.
Eladrin elf cleric named Oztrix. And Andrea is playing a fire genasi ranger named Adasonya. And Ian will be popping in later. The girls hopefully will be back next week to aid in the sausage party.
Please.
I refuse to say anything different tonight. So, so we're gonna start tonight, and things have changed a little bit because I prepared it for a much larger scale potential encounter. Potential. But we're gonna play into this, and hopefully it'll all be fine. So, the players during Session 0 took a quest from a grung, a frogman, humanoid named Sitsot, who is the local trader of Krivengrad, which is the main city of this fiefdom, led by one Lord Rurik. And Sitsot had 187 bow ties of different colors, and was very, very upset that something or someone had stolen it. In their pursuit to find said perpetrator, they were following what appeared to be specks of magic, essentially, like dust, like pixie dust. And you followed it out into the Dovewood for kind of a scope. It took you guys probably around 3 to 4 hours to get to this point. And I think we started this did we start this in the morning when you headed out?
Yes.
Because you went to Calidor's and slept for the night?
Yep.
Okay.
I
So
think
we'll
it was
say
the first thing in the we
Yeah.
did in
Yeah,
the
it
morning.
was the first thing we did. Yeah.
we'll say it's right at midday then at this point. But the Dovewood is still very oppressive. And it's been raining, very overcast. Starting the campaign in real life within winter coming. The Briar Marches is going to have your standard January through December calendar, but the year's different, of course, because it is within the calendar of iron. But it is getting cold in the marches, though it's always cold and rainy in the marches. It's kind of like the UK here.
We're all pretty north, so
Yeah. So it is cold, it is wet, it is rainy, but you've only been traveling for maybe 4 hours, and you came upon kind of an open glade of which you kind of see before you. And I will tell you what you see. So, a small, wrinkly, black-skinned pixie with pointed horns and long, thin arms about 3 times the length of its body floats above an elderly human man. excuse me, he is slumped against a rotted tree stump, head up, mouth agape, as the pixie shoves bow ties down his throat, one at a time. And one note, we're going to have to fix that. I think I'm just going to have to leave this unpassword protected, and you guys just don't look in it. Anyway, as the pixie shoves bow ties down his throat, one at a time, slowly, painfully, the light of the man's eyes is gone, long gone, and his throat is swelled full of this foreign substance that is Sitsat's bow ties. Dozens of them are hung around the dark glade amid small brass trinkets that shudder like wind chimes in the wind. Soft rain pierces the canopy, hitting the unkempt tall grass mixed with thick briar bushes. The creature speaks a guttural language, saying something over and over. If you guys would like to, you can ornate your characters at any edge of the map that you wish, kind of behind cover, watching this happen. As you approached, you guys were stealthy enough that it doesn't seem that the pixie, as of yet, has taken notice of you. Shawn, you can pass it to
one of them.
to Gailian if you will. He said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna do it myself."
I'm doing it myself.
Where you want to be?
I guess it would
I'm over there. Yeah,
I switched it over.
that word.
There we go.
He has the high ground.
Oh no.
You've lost, Pixie.
You
Table leg there.
don't get me started. Don't get me started on Obi-Wan fucking dialogue. So, you guys are there. As we begin the campaign, literally, you're hunched behind stone and briar bushes, watching this happen. And like I said, the pixie is maybe 11 to 14 inches in length in total. Its arms are like 3 times that length, very spindly, and they, instead of just having the one kind of curvature at the elbow, there's 2, and it is literally taking its little spindly arms and just gutturally talking and shoving bow ties down this dead man's throat over and over. So, as new adventurers, this is one of the first things you've seen that is this disturbing because we're down 2 players. I'm not going to make you guys roll on the morale table. I would usually do that because it's a very dark, disturbing thing that you're dealing with. But I'm also not going to make you guys roll stealth check going into this. So you guys have a bit of time to decide what you want to do here and how you want to proceed, or if you just want to turn and leave.
How much is he paying us to do this?
I don't think he said anything about it.
You're too far.
I got him up here.
He just looking.
Okay. So you're just like looking at them and they're talking. Gotcha.
Hey. What's the pixie setting?
So go and roll for me a perception check, because you do kind of recognize the language. My players are... So this is a campaign that was kind of brought together within about 2 weeks. So backstories are being kind of built slowly. I do have a few of them. So as for the reason why Chris's character, Gorik, can speak this language, we'll find out eventually.
17.
With a 17, you hear, choke, eat, choke, eat, just over and over again, repetitively. With a 17, you also hear sets of wings about the area. Perhaps it's birds. You look around, you don't see more pixies, but you do hear fluttering from around the tree line above, near the glade.
If I see him looking up, I think they would also cause me to look up.
For the sake of the flapping, only because birds make different noises depending upon what they are. Would there be any discernible thing about it, like if it's like a quick flapping like a hummingbird, if it's a massive flapping like a big giant bird?
Roll a survival check.
Sure.
Survival or nature. I think it'd be more akin to nature. But both would kind of work in this situation.
We'll do survival since it's a little higher. 19.
It's one of those things where it sounds like a creature that, of course, can fly, that has wings that are very quick, which does kind of point you directly to, like, Pixie, because you're watching one hover and shove bow ties into someone. But you don't see anything. You don't see birds flying around, you just hear a buzz. It's almost like a cluster of bees kind of going around the canopy, but you don't see them. That's the biggest thing to take away there. As you look up, because you looked up, and I'm going to help my party out a little bit tonight because we're down a couple players. Go ahead and roll for me a perception check as well, if you would like to try and...
I'm good at that.
You can kind of start with that. It's just one of those things because you're split. Maybe there's a chance going into this that both groups kind of get an idea. You're a barbarian. If there's anything that you would like to ask or do, also. When I say barbarian, I mean like tribal men.
Yeah. I have nature checks. If I hear the buzzing, can I like discern what that is?
Passively, I think that Atlas is actually the one that would have just picked it up passively. I think he's the guy. What'd you get?
Passively?
No. What was your roll?
Well, I mean, the roll was a 1.
Yeah. Okay. So you're
I
fixated
mean, yeah.
upon the fact that this dark
stuff
pixie-like
yeah.
creature has just murdered this man, and with every passing moment, you may lose one more bow tie to return to Sitsot.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's dead, we could. No, I don't want to have to get him out.
You really don't want to.
Should we talk to? No, it doesn't seem like it wants to talk. How many are? You said the rest of them are strung up, like around the place, like streamers.
Yeah. All around the kind of open area, they're strung up like wind chimes. They're on like little baubles and things that are making noise amid the wind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That slightly changes things. I was going to just start grabbing them, but if they make noise, maybe not.
There is kind of a rhythmic wind chime atmosphere here, for sure. It's not that it's overly loud, but it's just slight, right? It's a dulled wind.
Yeah.
Are there other noises other than the flapping?
Not that you've perceived at this point. You've kind of exhausted that.
More so, is it almost like a deadening quiet other than the flapping?
It's not a deadening quiet other than the flapping because of the wind chimes.
Okay.
Wind chimes, flapping is kind of all that you're getting. Fluttering of leaves, maybe?
It's more of kind of like a...
And
is there life in the area other than this spot right now?
Oh, the Dovewood is a very oppressive place.
Okay.
I can't, because of how we began the adventure, you haven't came across any other life in the Dovewood yet.
Okay.
And the Dovewood is foreign to you, so you feel out of place. Very much so.
I'm not punching anything, so I feel out of place anyway.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Same. I'm not attacking.
Oh boy, I don't want to be the guy.
Before that, being tribal and of the woods, could I? Now that I have good eyes on it, could I try to see if I saw any or heard about any pixies like this before?
Yeah, it would be nature check. Yeah.
Fucking nature chick. Okay.
That's good. 16.
16. So I actually prepared this for the wizard or the ranger. It's a corrupted pixie. These creatures within the Briar Marches are actually tied to a being known as the Eyeless. She kind of, in this scenario, is represented as a hag, in a way.
Yeah.
Because she grows these things and instills within them this great hunger. And, yeah, pretty much. That is, it's a corrupted pixie. But corrupted pixies can actually be... I'm going to give this to you because I feel like if we would have had Tatiana's character here, she may have pressed a little bit further, or the ranger. So I'm going to give you a little bit more info. These pixies, when slain, are often sat out to dry in the sun, and their bodies then can be kind of disintegrated down into a dust, and it can be used as a material component for spells, specifically fire or lightning spells. So it's a very valuable piece of Yeah. Piece of Pixie.
Valuable piece of Pixie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gotta stop it.
Yeah, it's not much. It's not worth talking to it.
Does it talk? Other than whatever it's mumbling about? Yeah, the pixies where I come from ain't like that.
I mean, I talked about one thing earlier, but this is different. This is not natural.
Natural is correct. It is not. Blight on this land, it is.
Cool. So, I'm gonna.
You want to circle it?
I wanted to pay attention to me.
Good idea.
So what would you like to do?
I'll psych myself up a little bit.
Okay.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, and then for flair, I will go ahead and rage, and you just hear a guttural, "Oof," and then I burst out.
So you go running toward the creature as you break free from the canopy line. Its head does kind of look up toward you, and we need to roll initiative.
Okay, yes we do.
The only reason why I'm not giving you a surprise round is because I allowed you to talk so
Yeah.
openly.
You're fine.
I'm kind of taking it easy on you guys as compared to what this setup was going to be, and I'm going to keep harkening back to the fact that we're down a couple players. But I am going to I'm going to allow you to get within melee range of the creature, and that's when initiative will start. Instead of having made you guys like make stealth checks and things like that earlier, now the fun begins. So I got to get used to names again. Atlas.
16. I forgot that was me.
Atlas. And then Gorik.
16. I'll probably have the higher dex. I have 19.
16. Gorik.
Yep, you got me beat.
And then Gailian.
19 plus 2, 21.
Damn.
These dice remember like past your sessions.
It's actually pretty good for you guys.
Hey, you're doing better than I was doing the last campaign. I rolled like shit every initiative.
It's actually pretty good for you guys on this encounter. So, start of initiative order, we actually have the Barbarian, Gailian. You get to the Pixie.
Yep.
Its hands kind of drop the individual as he finally slumps over. It's buzzing in the air right in front of your face. What would you like to do?
That was an interesting noise.
That's very interesting.
Oh no, Ian's ready.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Actually,
Do you want to pause?
yeah. Let's go ahead and get him involved, and we'll throw him into the combat encounter. I'm going to switch the music back.
Yep.
Okay, so, Ian, essentially all that's happened thus far, we're down both girls tonight. Alex may have to run, but we're going to keep playing at least with 4 and then 3. What has happened is I did the introductory of the campaign, just kind of going over the setting and all that good stuff. Last session, which was session 0, which isn't published, this is going to be the first one. The players got a quest from a Grung trader within Krivengrad to essentially retrieve his bow ties. That's led them into the Dovewood, and they've found this corrupted pixie that is shoved half a dozen bow ties down an elderly man's throat and killed him, and they have engaged the enemy.
Yes.
So I planned on introducing your character later, but for the sake of fun, we're going to say that instead of waiting at the Church of Krivengrad for these would-be adventurers to return to aid you in your quest given to you by Lord Rurik, you've actually set out into the Dovewood to see if you can't lend them a hand. So for funsies, I'll let you go ahead and introduce your character, and then you get to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Fun.
So I am Oztrix, an Eladrin elf. White flowing hair.
I just mute him.
You did.
Gonna be soft spoken ish. You know, we'll see. Usually figure that out mid RP.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Very cool.
Right on.
And what was you playing again?
Cleric. I'm a grave cleric.
Grave.
Makes so much sense for this setting. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, Oztrix.
And which direction is he coming from?
That's a great question. We'll roll a die for and see where he ends up. We'll have him roll a die for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 on the die 4, and I'm getting D&D Beyond pulled up now.
Go ahead and
7
put him
for initiative.
near that rocky stone hedge.
Oh, like
Yeah.
right over.
Yeah.
So I would probably catch him rocking
Yeah.
up.
Seeing someone walking in. What was your initiative roll?
My initiative was 7.
Oh,
All right,
cool.
it is +0, so 7 plus 0 is 7.
Yeah.
You're the master of dropping decks.
I love dumping decks.
So Oztrix, for funsies, because the encounter had just started. Literally. You walk into this opened glade. I'll actually read for you, Ian, to kind of get you in the zone here of kind of what it looked like. So how it started, and we'll say that you were kind of watching this as it took place, but then you watched a hulking man just come running in toward this pixie. So what you would have seen as you were scoping out the area looking for these adventurers, you saw a small, wrinkly, black-skinned pixie with pointed horns, long, thin arms about 3 times the length of its body, floating above an elderly human man. He was slumped against a rotted tree stump, head up, mouth agape, as the pixie shoved bow ties down his throat one at a time, slowly, painfully. The light of the man's eyes is gone, long gone, and his throat is swelled full of this foreign substance that is Sitsot's bow ties, Sitsot being the trader that gave them this quest. Dozens of these bow ties are hung around this dark glade amid small brass trinkets that shudder like wind chimes in the wind. Soft rain pierces the canopy, hitting this unkempt tall grass mixed with thick briar bushes. The creature speaks in a guttural language, saying something over and over, which we found out to be just, this is more for you as a player, less as your character. It was saying choke, eat, over and over. So, all this happened.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you watched as this large hulking man comes running onto the battlefield. As you walk in, we're just going to say that everyone notices each other, and I will give you just the briefest moments of dialogue, if you would like.
Who are you?
What are you doing here?
What is going on here? And I'll gesture to the body. What has happened?
Corrupted pixie. I'm gonna kill.
Do you know this guy?
Do I recognize this gentleman?
No, just their descriptions.
I'm afraid I don't.
These do seem to be the people you're looking for. That old guy you don't recognize. Yeah. You don't recognize the pixie either.
Talk later after this.
Sure.
Okay.
Alice, not Alice, sorry. Gailian, go ahead and take your turn, buddy.
I'm assuming 15 plus. Let's see, your rage gives you a +2, so it gives you a +1 to hit. 21 hits.
It does hit. Yeah.
Okay. So die 12.
Oh, fuck yeah. Great X.
6 plus 4. 10 slashing. So you hear a oi, and then I'm cutting it that way away from the person who's dead. I know they're dead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, you do scrape against it, and it's kind of like running your blade, your axe against chainmail. Sparks actually fly as you hit the pixie. It's a tough little sumbitch.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Anything else with your turn?
I will do a little maneuver called this.
Okay.
So
Called this. Understood.
Yeah,
So
dude,
what he
this
did
is
there,
setting up my team for flank.
if there's any audio listeners ever, he moved to the left.
Yes, I moved
About
to the
5
left.
feet.
Yep. Just about.
All right, is that your turn, sir?
That is my turn.
All right, Gorik. You've seen things begin. you see what looks to be Sephiroth enter the battlefield. Just kidding.
It's gonna be trying to figure out movement from where I'm at.
Oh, you're a monk.
You are just a little
How much
guy.
movement you got?
25 feet.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't have the 30. I'm small, but I can pass. I can pass through people as the bonus. So
That's a speedy little guy.
You can get right. So if you move up, you move up 5 feet and then jump off and then move up another 5 feet. You won't take any fall damage, and with your base movement, it will put you right in front of that tree.
that one.
No, the one over there.
This side.
The actual rock, the big pine tree.
You talking about this one?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see that one. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. You would actually drop right in front of it, and that's essentially you kind of acrobating, run forward, jump down the tree, slide down, pop out from the rock because of the elevation. Yeah.
If
So
you want me to
that'll
make
get you there.
if I'll make an acrobatics check out.
It wasn't more than 10 feet, so not a big deal. Since you were going down, you're good. So that's your movement. Do you have anything you can throw at the enemy?
Ooh, wait. Do I? Oh, I do.
You got a sling or something?
sling.
A rock?
Got darts.
Darts? There you go. Would you like to roll an attack?
How far away is it? Technically.
10, 15, 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Is that a disadvantage roll?
It is. You know what? Why not?
Yeah, why
I
not?
might as well.
Listen, I'm raging.
Fuck.
What could happen?
Fuck them up.
Roll it up, dude. Roll it
Ian's
up.
back. The sausage party is complete. Let's do it.
Drop it.
Yeah, dude. The boys.
The boys.
18 to hit.
18 does hit, actually. Yes.
T4.
Boy, it's weird going from what we was rolling to.
That'd be 6 piercing.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Here's a D6.
6 piercing.
I thought you were just saying by the general lack of good roll. I got you.
Okay.
General
Oh,
good
yeah,
lack
yeah.
of rolls that we had, but yeah.
no.
Going from rolling big numbers to small numbers also crazy.
Yeah.
For the sake of asking, because
Sure.
I'm going to try to recover this stuff later on, what does the dart do?
The dart actually, it does the same kind of thing that his great axe did. It scrapes across the creature's body as if it was like flint and steel or chainmail. It makes sparks. For the sake of trajectory, it actually thuds into the fallen tree stump there. So that's where it ended up.
Cool.
Is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Level 1. Let's do it. Atlas, it's your turn.
I hope you're dexterous, Gailian. Will you peek me out the...
This way?
Yep. Right there.
So you
just
have
line of sight.
Yep.
And ice knife.
Nice. Okay.
Dude, big damage.
Let's
Nice,
roll.
nice.
Oh,
Pretty
hell
good.
yeah. I got to roll a
Pretty
deck
good.
save. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I need to roll a dex save. Yeah.
What is your save?
Oh, is it to hit?
I
on
think
me?
it's a to hit.
It's a
you.
to
To hit
hit
me,
you,
but
and
dex
then-
save for
yeah,
everything
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And he is
I
within
will take
60.
those.
9 plus 6 is a 14.
The 14 just misses. 14 just misses.
Well,
Now
fuck
you know the AC.
me. But
What happens if it misses?
hit or miss, the shard then explodes. The
Okay.
target and each creature
Oh,
must.
okay.
Oh, you both make dex saves. How about that?
We'll say that it hits the log there.
So that's a 7.
I did
It
roll a nat
confirmed
20,
damage.
but I still take half damage.
Yeah. It's still half damage.
Yeah, it's a leveled spell.
I take
Yeah, okay.
I take full. Hell yeah.
Is
You
it-
take full.
I rolled a 7, dude.
Yeah,
the
he
dex save for-
stepped
It
right
do
on
be
it.
like, hey,
Huh?
Isn't the
It
dex
do
save
be
for
like that.
falling, or is it just a save for the spell?
Oh god.
The deck saves for
Shawn,
so the
This is the
the
worst
knife
time.
missed, hit
What
the
type
stump
of damage
and
does it do?
exploded.
Cold.
Cool.
Anybody within how many feet?
5.
5 then makes dex save, or they take the frost damage.
like the
cold
explosion
damage.
is
Yeah, the
yeah,
explosion.
cold.
Okay. I'm going off what I know on Baldur's Gate, not in D&D.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's what I
That'll
know.
get you in trouble.
Does it
Yeah.
cause the same
Dude,
like
you're gonna piss off two different
Does
communities.
it make difficult terrain? Is that what you're
correct,
asking?
an ice train?
Does it make icy terrain underneath it? I don't
No.
think so. Just
I
yeah,
Explodes.
don't recollect that
yeah,
it
I don't
does, but I
think
could
so.
be wrong.
No. So it would be cool, but it doesn't.
That's why I asked about the dex save.
So what was your? Yeah, I got you. What was your?
He's 11.
11. That's pretty good. So I take halvesies.
Yeah. It was 1
Hell
point
yeah.
off max, buddy.
Dude, you did some great damage.
Yeah.
Good damage.
To
Dude.
you? Yeah.
Not so much to the Pixie.
So you got healing spells, right?
As you throw that and it misses and then explodes, the pixie trying to get away from the blast is literally, it turns to dust, falling across the landscape. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Go back behind the rock.
Just kind of sensing that there still may be danger here, you go back behind the rock. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You can leave that pixie there because there's more.
Yeah.
More pixies?
So here, whoever would like to do it for me. So 4 pixies come out of a state of invisibility and surround Gailian all at once. They just appear all around him, and it's their turn.
4 is crazy.
So about those lingering wounds that you made earlier, they sound fun. We might see them a little soon.
So they literally, so they just all appear, and Gorik, you're like, that's what I was hearing. There was more of them. And yeah, I'm gonna start.
Something was up.
I'm gonna start doing some turns.
Oh, and you got advantage, huh?
Oh, don't do that. Okay, here we go. So
Don't make it worse for yourself.
let's go ahead and the first one is going to touch you on the shoulder. I would like a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom, you say?
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-oh.
That's
Well, it's a 15. No additive, but
Okay.
15.
I think that does actually pass.
That's good.
Good.
DC is...
That's a hard check.
It's a 12, so you do pass.
for a barbarian.
So
that's
one of
tough.
them touches you, and you just, while raging, you kind of shrug it off. It kind of skitters to the left and the right. It is looking around the field of battle for other individuals. The next one is going to also try and cast a spell. I need another wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay, do it again.
Run it back.
16. I'm going up.
Nice. So again, another one points at you, and you shrug it off. Hey, this is 2 of their turns. It's kind of good for you guys. Let's see. The third one is going to the one on the log.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? He's gonna back off the log. I'll even give you an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
So move me back to where I'm kind of lined toward Oztrix. I'm gonna try and throw a firebolt at Oztrix. So yeah.
12. That misses.
Okay. And then oh god. Does a 10 hit you, Oztrix? Probably not.
10 does not.
Okay.
10 does not.
So a ball of flame goes flying past your head. I've got one more. Okay. I'm gonna try it. I think. What's the range?
Wing?
30. I'll have to move. So this one closest to you, Gailian. Yep. I'll give you another. Well, you've already used your reaction. It's gonna move about halfway toward Gorik.
So there.
Yeah. And I'm going to cast a spell on Gorik. Gorik, I would like you to make for me a motherfucking. Oh. Hold on, just wisdom saving throw. There we go.
I did not write my wisdom saving throw down right. That's all right. 18 plus 3.
Nice.
21.
Yeah, they're. You guys should be really happy that none of these spells went off. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Excuse me. I'm not going to retroactively use movement on the 2 that forgot to move in the first place. That is their turns. Oztrix, you're up. I don't know how well you can see, but you got enemies all over the place. If you need them to be pointed, that's you right there. If you need them to be pointed out, then we'll help you. Maybe just kind of give us an idea of what you're wanting to do, and we'll help you out. So
Yeah. I'm gonna cast.
all right, I can't stop you. Level 1 woes. I have no counter spell or nothing.
Level 1 woes.
I have nothing. Well, I'm not level 1. These are actually very scary creatures for what they
I
are.
will use just on the pixie closest to me.
Okay.
I'll use Sacred Flame.
Oh, no.
All right.
So instead of like the flame-like radiance, it'll be descending boiling blood
Very nice. Very nice.
cascades down. So it'll be a Dex 14 save.
Gotcha. Ooh, natural 2. That's going to be a fail. What's the radius of that,
Perfect.
by the way? Is that just a single target thing?
It's single
Yeah,
I
target.
think
Oh,
a single
okay.
target.
There
Yeah.
was 2 kind of close to each other, so that's why I asked. The rain that's falling from the canopy as you watch this figure walk forward, however you go about signaling your spell, you watch as the rain turns to acidic blood and begins to pour across this pixie.
Perfect. That is 7.
Seven's pretty good. Seven's pretty good.
I guess fire damage is what it would be.
Yeah.
Radiant, sorry.
Yeah.
7 radiant damage.
Blood radiant.
Radiant blood.
Actually, I think. Yep, they don't like radiant. So that's pretty good for you. The creature in that guttural language screams in anguish. And it begins to kind of like tear at its face and at its own wings with those elongated arms. Anything else with your turn, Oztrix?
I will. No.
Okay.
I feel pretty safe on the outskirts of the map as much as I can, I guess.
You can always a Final Fantasy runaway if you want.
I'm holding the L2
Alright,
R2 right now.
Cast my spell.
Gailian. Is it Gailian or Galleon? Just for because we talked about last time it was Gailian. Do you like Galleon more? Because it's come across in different ways a couple times.
It does seem to be spelled Gailian.
Yes.
So I rolled a 69. That's nice. It's Gailian.
okay.
Nice.
Gailian.
So like a.
We'll go with Gailian.
Yeah.
Gailian it is. All
like
right,
a,
so
like a
Gailian.
gale, not like
Yeah.
a galleon.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the wind. Like the
Gale.
wind. Like the wind.
Like the
All
wind.
right, Gale.
Hey, he's big G to me. So.
Big G.
All right,
Big
Big
G.
G.
Hey,
What would you like to?
Big
I'm gonna
G.
rename you on the OBS too to Big G.
That sounds good.
G.
Let's go.
That sounds
I could
good.
be a little G.
Yeah, Big G, Little G.
Let's go.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to fall over.
And you're gonna.
All
Don't
right.
say that. I'll make you follow. Anyway,
I'm gonna,
which one you going after there?
the one.
Right. In,
One.
The one closest
gotcha.
to you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There's a tree. There's a tree.
There's a tree in
Yeah,
the
the
way.
same problem I had. I was like, what tree are you talking about?
Yeah.
That is a 16.
A 16 does hit. 16 does hit.
Ooh, not great damage though. Why am I blanking? It's 6. It's 6 damage.
Gotcha. It is. These things are. It's like hitting a stone wall. They are very resilient and they're hard to push away. But a solid blow, nonetheless. Anything else with your turn, sir?
I just hit. All I do is hit.
Just hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Did you make
I know it's level 1, but I gotta ask. Like it's.
Oh, does
You
it?
never know. Like, what if you guys throw out some kind of crazy ability that I don't know about at some point with some kind of bonus action thing? Gorik.
Well, I can make it up there.
Yeah. Yeah. You
You can engage in combat.
I would run up, noticing the sparks flying. I'd
Mm-hmm.
run up, nunchucks in hand,
Nice.
and take a swing.
Of course, you have nunchucks.
This one.
That's wild, actually.
None.
It's actually a suggestion for a monk. I was like, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
You're one of the only people that have ever
Yep.
taken it.
Yep.
In the past decade of people playing monks at my table, no one has ever taken nunchucks.
You know what we take?
Ever.
Quarterstaff.
They always take the quarterstaff. Thankfully, someone doesn't just care about numbers; they care about fun.
So you know, I'm just kidding.
The quarterstaff didn't feel like it fit the character. That's the reason why I didn't grab it. The
Yeah.
nunchuck sounded like.
And he sticks with what he thinks about for the character.
Plus, it'd be like an 8 staff for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna
we just
say.
go grab a stick real quick.
Yeah.
And use it.
Yeah. So, all right.
Nunchuck.
That would actually be kind of funny.
That's a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
All right. Literally, you run up, and as this one is grieving in acidic rain pain, it just kind of dodges out of the swing of the nunchuck. Is that where you're gonna end your 10, sir?
Just make sure I don't have anything else that I'm just
You get
missing.
key points at level 1, don't you? Or is that 2?
2.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get any like monk things until 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Level 1 is so good, and you guys gotta XP grind your way to level 2.
We're not too far off.
Not too far. Not too far. All right, Atlas. It's your turn,
Hey,
sir.
well, I used one of my 2 spell slots there to fuck up my teammate pretty well.
You did good.
You did a great job.
I did. So, be like, all right, gotta do this. And
Yes.
fucking grab my spear in both hands, and I rush around, and I charge the pixie closest to the tree there.
Gotcha.
The tree pixie.
Did you want a bonus action, something?
No, just I have advantage on being frightened. So
Oh.
if you do a frightened spell, let me know.
Gotcha.
I was just reading through my stuff.
Funny, you're a little guy, and you're just like, I will not be frightened of you, bitch.
It's the brave trait for halfling.
You a simple bitch. You a simple fairy.
Wait,
Did you roll a 15 or above?
I did not.
Oh, no. All right. Swing and a miss. Is that where you're going to end your turn?
Yeah.
It is now the Pixie's turn.
Why is that +3?
Two of them are very close to Gailian.
Yes.
Their spells did not work too good. So the
No.
first one is going, the one kind of to my left but closest here,
Yeah.
is going to try and touch you. This is a different thing, but it is another wisdom saving throw.
Don't fail me. It failed me. That's an 8.
Okay. So. Okay. Interesting.
You don't say.
Okay, so essentially what is going to happen here, as it touches you, actually, while you're raging, can you fall under the condition of confusion as a barbarian?
Can't be dominated or controlled. I don't know
I'm not
about
charmed either.
confusion. Yeah,
Yeah.
not charming.
It's a weird ability. I'm using monsters, not of the OG. I think that I'm just going to say that this doesn't work on you, just to expedience. But you can look it up. But just for later. But as it touches you again, it tries to confuse you into turning and running toward one of your allies and hitting them. It's kind of influencing you. It's trying to. The one here behind you notices this. It didn't work. It's going to attack you. At this point,
Fuck me up.
they pull out these spindly, kind of like dovewood carved daggers of just stone and wrapped vine, and it's going to try and hit you. Is what it's going to try. Natural 2. What's your AC?
16.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. So, okay. That one, though, is going to swing around trying to get kind of a full flanking on you, just kind of a cross. But yeah. And then the one closest to Gorik, seeing everything that's happening, I can try another spell. Let's see. I want you to make for me, let's see, Wisdom saving throw. Which is 12.
11.
11. Okay, so you, what was it that you can't be afflicted by?
Frightened.
Okay, well, this isn't frightening. You just begin to, you fall prone and you begin to laugh your ass off, essentially, is what is happening.
She just vicious mockery me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
well, hideous laughter.
Yeah, hideous laughter.
So, and you have a decent intelligence score, so you're good. At the end of each of your turns, you can make. Oh no, hold on. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, target can make another Wisdom saving throw. So at the end of your turn upcoming, you can make another save, or if you take damage, you can get broken free if you roll it. So you just fall to the ground and you begin to laugh. And then I think I have one then next to Atlas. Yes. I tell you what, for funsies, roll for me a Wisdom save. I'm gonna try and make you laugh too.
No.
You don't laugh.
No.
So
No,
the
this is
pixie
not
is
funny.
like pointing at your friend, like going, and then it like looks at you and tries to do the same thing, and you just look at it. You demoralize it a little bit in that moment. They will end their turns there. Oztrix, what would you like to do, buddy?
I'm gonna cast.
He's gonna cast.
I'm gonna recast Sacred Flame on the one that I've previously damaged.
Okay. And this is the one that just made the halfling laugh
Yep.
and wants to like go down and start stabbing it. So probably good call. This
Yeah,
one is taking
so
the most damage thus
More
far.
acid blood
Yeah.
descends
Just-
upon it. So it's Dex 14.
Turning the rain Natural 1. Okay, so I believe that I have bad things are about to happen to me.
Fumble
Oh,
table.
fumble table.
Yep. So go ahead and roll your damage. I'll go ahead and pull up my.
That is 5 radiant
tables.
damage.
5, so 10. It is susceptible, so we're at 10. Let me make sure you just don't kill it. You're actually very close.
Good. Hey, positive news.
You might, depending on what I roll here. I go ahead and roll a die 4. You were 1 damage away. So
perfect.
as you,
4.
as the rain begins to descend and burn this pixie yet again, it kind of fumbles with its dagger, trying to get it in a position to rush toward you. One of its wings completely disintegrates. It falls on said dagger and kind of disintegrates into pixie dust. You've killed it.
Nice.
1 down, 3 to go. Anything else with your turns?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna hang out.
You're hanging out. All right, gotcha. So you can remove that pixie. We're back up to Gailian. Yes.
Bear with me.
Okay.
So, if I wanted to stick my axe into the ground,
Yeah.
is that a bonus action or an action?
An action.
Okay. But dropping it would just be free?
No, bonus action. I
Okay.
think dropping a weapon. I'm trying to be better about the rules in this one. Let me
Oh,
make
no, you're fine.
I think that you can drop a weapon at no
For free?
penalty, but
Okay.
you have to use an action to pick it up.
You have to, yeah.
I think is the problem with
Yeah.
doing that.
Because what I want to do is try to grapple one of the pixies.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could use the haft of your.
You can
Smash 'em up.
grab it like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
I
can swing
could.
it
Okay,
around
so
and
it is a
grab one.
free object interaction. Doesn't
Okay.
cost an action or a bonus action. You can just drop your weapon.
Okay.
And then I do grapple checks as athletics via athletics.
Yes, and I have
So-
a +6 in athletics.
Okay.
For
so
the sake of the weapon, could he grapple with the haft of it and pull it in?
Yeah.
Like,
Like with using
rather
the
than using
shaft.
hands, using the shaft of the weapon?
Yeah. If not, I will drop my weapon. It's. I'm thinking it's a wounded animal. It just
fuck
wants to
you.
grab on the thing and just destroy it.
let me see if you can grapple in 5th edition with weapon in hand. No, you cannot grapple while holding a weapon in both hands. Two-handed weapon?
It's two-handed.
Then you cannot.
Okay. So yeah,
There's
It-
feats for this,
Yes.
I believe.
I think
and I
grapple.
think there's
Yeah,
homebrew
yeah,
feats
yeah.
for it
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
But yeah, so you want to drop it?
but we will say he goes into a rage, like even deeper rage, like I'm about to
Okay.
fucking die. He drops the weapon and tries to strangle a pixie to death.
Okay, so you want to. Which one you going after there?
The one directly in front of me.
There's no, they're flanking you on either side.
Yeah, so
looking
you're
to
facing
nothing.
that way, so point your direction. I like how you
Even.
randomize everything. Okay. What is my strength?
As a pixie.
What'd you get?
7.
Oh no.
I rolled a 9 minus 4.
Oh, I win.
5. Wow. So you grab the pixie
Yeah.
in both hands.
Yep.
You've got it grappled.
Yeah.
that was your action.
Now
Yep.
what do you do with it?
Now what?
I use half my movement to fall prone on top of Pixie.
You want to fall like on your hands?
Are you trying to like just pin it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under your 400-pound mass?
Yes.
Would it take falling damage? That's awkward. You just smash the freaking pixie underneath your
Wait,
body.
anything over 10 feet.
how much do you
takes
weigh?
Fall damage.
400 pounds.
Weighs a lot.
Oh Christ!
I mean, hold on. Let me.
You're also, if you're, how tall are you?
6'8".
Go.
You
I
could
think you could maybe do like
smash
a die 6 of fall damage as
Yeah.
bludgeoning damage.
Become prone.
We are looking up the rules as we speak.
Has anyone done this to where they needed to write a rule about it? Surely to God that this
Somebody's tried
is.
doing
I mean,
yeah.
5th edition has been around for over 10 years. I imagine one person has done this.
Yeah.
I mean, it just really comes down to how I want to rule it. But
Yes.
I'm just curious at this point.
You've intrigued him enough.
So
I piqued the interest.
okay. So falling prone atop a small creature doesn't explicitly deal damage as raw.
Yeah.
but it's up to me.
Oh, sort of like, damn, figure it
It's
out.
up to me. So, okay, so you grab it and you fall prone, but you're a lard ass.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. So go ahead and roll for me a die 6 as if it were over 10 feet of fall damage.
Okay.
And this would be smoosh damage.
1.
I'm
rolling.
All that for 1 damage.
All that for 1 damage is crazy.
I'm rolling it up
work.
here from now on. It's hitting other dice and stopping.
Okay. So one of those is so you're both prone.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And you do not have a weapon.
No.
There you go. Yeah, and you don't have a weapon, so you are.
Oh,
You've. Never
you
mind.
did a thing.
Okay.
If nothing
so is
else,
that your
it was
turn?
fun.
It's I'm
That's
having
your
a
turn.
great time.
That's
yeah.
your turn. There ain't nothing else you can do. Gorik, it's your turn.
All right. So for the sake
Roll.
of
So yeah. So
will the
since
spell dissipate since the pixie
it
that
is
hit me
dead, it is dead. So I'll allow it to dissipate. Yes.
Okay,
I don't
so-
think that it wouldn't. I don't think that keeps going. It's concentration, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me check.
So I would stand up. That's half movement speed.
I'm pretty sure.
If I stand.
It's concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
you're
a level.
good.
Yeah.
So half movement speed. Stand up. Short king.
Like,
Short king
I have
rise.
Like 12 feet of.
Rise up, short king.
So is there 10 feet to me and the pixie with
I'll allow it.
Alice?
I'll allow it. I'll say you can get to it.
Yes, please come help
Yeah.
me, because I took a strength weapon and I don't have any.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I've made a grave mistake that I just realized.
brother, may I have some strength? You may have
It's
no
way of
strength.
cantrips, though.
I have thorn whip and guidance. Neither one.
He is a
usable
support
here,
druid.
I see.
Grave error.
Doth druids need better spell or weapon?
Yes. Back to town. We must go. Oh, actually, I'm going to steal one of their tiny daggers.
Still a dagger. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That is,
a
that is
30, 20.
plausible. That is
30 20 to
plausible.
hit. And that
Dirty
would-
20 does hit, yeah.
That would be 5 bludgeoning.
Gotcha.
Did you smack it with a nunchuck? Or
Yeah,
punch
yeah.
it?
No, not that.
Sweet.
The
As
nun-
it's trying to cast a spell on your ally Atlas, you run up and just smack it against the side of the head. It sends it kind of skittering, but it still stays kind of affixed to the general area. Anything else with your turn, sir?
I look at Atlas and go, they're hungry.
What do you want me to do about this?
Well, it is your turn, so tell us what you're going to do about it.
I'm run out of good berries. I'm not feeding it.
Feed me.
I got to get to you.
He wants you to switch to just diplomacy after all this violence that we've had thus far.
Maybe they'll calm down. Well, I'm pretty hangry
it's
sometimes.
probably
I
more
get
of,
it.
hey,
Yeah.
don't die because they're going to eat you.
Oh, it was a warning. Oh no. That's way scarier.
They're going to put bow ties in your orifices.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a
You're getting
stupid fucking way to go.
That's a very.
Could you imagine being killed by bow tie in your throat? Anyway,
Anyway.
so what would you like to do, buddy?
It's called a Colombian necktie.
That's why I called this session Pixie Bow Tie.
Nice. This very good point within range. Oh, it's just difficult terrain. That doesn't help me in this case. Gailian is.
I'm fine.
Are you?
I mean, I'm one hit from death, but I'm fine.
You're.
He's one hit from that lingering injury
Yeah.
chart
Then
that I got.
I
Good thing the cleric just showed up, I guess.
I think.
I'm kind of a cleric.
Kind of.
Dude, I can't wait for the
It's
party
level
to be
1.
I'm
can't
going to. Oh, this is so fucking dumb. I'm going to run away from the pixie
Okay.
towards the log. I'm going to jump over the dead dude onto the log
Uh-huh.
and fucking
Smacks me on the
smack
shoulder.
Gailian on the back hard as shit.
You're going to hit Gailian?
Well, with a cure
you-
wounds.
Okay. So, okay, hold the
I
phone.
like a okay, attaboy.
Okay, so I am going to attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
And I did hit, I believe, 18.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, everything else is gonna work. You're just gonna take a little bit of damage. Is all.
That's fine.
If I can find my die 4s.
He feels bad for
Do I
hitting
not
me.
have die 4s?
I do feel bad for almost killing you.
Oh lord,
I almost microwaved you. It's fine.
I don't have my caltrops. I apologize.
Oh, you need die 4? I got 2.
No, I must roll my own.
You must. The DM must roll his own dice.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Like taint when he yells?
Excuse me, player.
5 points piercing.
Ow!
Stabs you in the back as you run away.
What a
Wait for
tiny
the kidney.
piece of shit. I need both of those.
So you get over
That's
toward
it.
the log,
Oh,
and then you're
cure
gonna
wounds.
cure wounds, Gailian.
Yep.
Okay, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. Tis now Pixie's turn.
Oh, it's a D8, Alex.
Yeah,
And you
it's a
just
date.
Blew a fucking nat 20. Let's go. Good job.
11 doesn't hit you, right? 11.
No.
Okay, so that one does miss, but it is squaring up with you. The one's grappled.
We're chilling
which is
now.
Great. So the one behind you is going to move forward.
And try to hit
Try
me
to stab you.
with advantage. Because I'm
Yes.
prone.
Yes, 100%. 19.
That does hit. It's well, what type of damage is it?
It's piercing.
So half.
6, so 3.
Okay.
So it comes up and it begins to just stab you in the back as hard as it can over and over. That's what it's trying to do. And then the one underneath you is going to... It's going to try and get away. It would be kind of a natural thing. So strength athletics, please.
Oh.
12.
17.
No. 6.
17.
Sorry. Yeah, so there's probably no hope for it. That's its... It doesn't have a bonus action, so there's really nothing else it can do. I think that's all of them. So, Oztrix. There are 2. So, one's trying to kill the Barbarian. The other is trying to kill the Halfling. And then there's one being smushed. If you give me an idea of what you want, I can tell you if you can do it or not with maybe some movement. Both of them are slightly obscured. Just slightly, though.
Let's position me to safely attack whichever one can be safely attacked. Like if there's one that's like I can just shift over.
If you wanna use, yeah, that could work. Actually, at this point, you could definitely hit the one that's attacking the Barbarian.
Okay,
Go
I'll
ahead and-
attack that one then.
Shawn, move that one up a little bit closer to you because it is attacking you. Okay, so you're gonna go after one that's trying to stab the Barbarian in the back.
Yes, I will
Alright.
cast Guiding Bolt,
That's a good spell. That's a good.
but it'll be
that's a
more
good
of
spell.
like
Guiding
I'll have
blood.
like thick blood, and I'll kind of string that into a blood lance
Nice.
and let fly.
Yeah, so you watch as this man holds out a hand, and the rain droplets that are falling begin to kind of curve into his hands as they form a lance, and he throws it at the Pixie.
So 19 plus 6,
That's a hit.
25.
That's a hit.
So that's good.
That's a
That's pretty
That's,
good.
big
that's a
hit.
wallop.
That's a big one.
Oh, I don't think anything's happened to this one either.
I don't think so either.
This is the one.
Okay, so-
yeah, this is the one that's been just chilling.
Yeah.
4 die 6 will equate to 16 damage.
Radiant, right?
Radiant. It'll
So
be
it-
16 radiant damage.
It is doubled, so that's the first kind of one shot, one kill of the campaign. How do you do it? What happens to that
yeah,
little
so
fucker?
I'll create the blood lance let fly, and it'll just sling right through the neck. Like right through.
It's
Just
such a little neck
head off
too.
the body.
It's
Little
such
neck.
a little neck. Like I think that Gorik, like as you look at it, because you're a small creature too, you're like, damn, that's some pretty good aim. Like these guys are smaller than me, but that's what it would look like if I was decapitated all of a sudden.
Not that one.
Not that one. The one back
The one
here.
behind you.
The one
one's
attacking
killing
you.
Oh, Paul!
Yeah. All right. Anything else with your turn, sir?
no. No, that's
Okay.
all.
Understood. Back at the top of initiative order we have Gailian. What? Why are you looking at me? What, you want to try and... I don't... What do you want to do?
So I
Tell me what you're
have
trying
it
to do.
grappled. I'm sitting on top of it. How does strangling work?
You know, I've always kind of wondered this.
You
It
know
would
what?
probably be
I think it's
competitive
a,
athletic checks, and then it can breathe. It will suffocate after
so many
1
turns.
minute plus every Constitution modifier in minutes. So like a long time, probably.
Yeah, it takes
like
a long time.
fucking ever.
Like
like
forever.
a super long time.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I love what you're going for.
Yeah,
but
I know.
It's like
Now, if this
Yeah.
was
mechanically takes a super long time to
This is
suffocate.
great. Strangling is not specifically a thing within 5e rules. I love that response.
Yeah, that's for like drowning. Like that's like holding your breath.
Optional
Yeah,
rule. Okay.
No, hang on.
Okay, so I will use... Okay. There's an optional rule that I can use here that I think I will. You can use your action to strangle the grappled target. The attacker makes another contested strength athletics check against the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. So I get to choose
You get to
on
choose.
this one. So let's do that.
Let's
Let's
do that.
start there.
Yeah.
And I think I will use dexterity this time.
Yeah.
This is fucking BJJ. Is what this
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Sean,
this
you're
is-
a fucking psycho.
Yeah,
He said
I'm
Grim Dark
dropping
Setting.
my
I'm
weapon
going off
to
what the DM
strangle
said.
the
get?
That is pretty nuts.
So 16.
You just beat me. I got a 15. 10 plus 5. Okay, so how this is going to work now. So as you have it grappled, you kind of lift up a little bit. You're literally using it to lift up off the ground, putting all your weight on it, which it's trying to get away and it can't. And then you shove your little thumbs over its little throat and you begin to strangle it. So how this is going to work, because you succeeded, you can deal 1d4 plus strength modifier bludgeoning damage each turn that you maintain the strangle.
Oh, God.
Representing the pressure on one's neck. If the target takes damage from the strangle, it can make a con save DC 8 plus the attacker's strength modifier or lose consciousness.
Oh shit.
So that's an 8. Because it's
not doing so
I rolled a
great.
4, and then while I'm raging, I have +4 to strength.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I took damage. It's still alive. What's your strength mod?
+4. Because,
So my DC is 12.
yes.
So I'm going to make a con save to see if I pass out or not.
Interesting.
That's cool. That's a fun
Yeah.
alternative roll.
This is crazy.
13. Okay, so that is what was your save? Or what was your
It was
plus again?
+4, you said 12.
4, 12. Okay, so I just pass.
Yeah.
So it's still conscious. You're just watching the light fade from its eyes slowly. You dark son
I
of
feel
a
like I
bitch.
need to roll, like a morale. You made a morale check,
no,
right?
No, that's
So,
for.
are you gonna take the grappler feed or what?
I
You need
think
to take.
so.
You need to
Start
take the grapple.
strangling
so.
the life out of
Okay.
stuff.
To be fair, you're
I
also
will
raging
save-
and you're upset. I
Yes.
don't think morals
I
matter
will
to you at
say,
this point.
yeah, I will save this rule and I'll add it to the player thing. It's a great idea. We'll do that because that's fucked up.
Until it happens.
You know, it's you or them.
yeah.
You were the
It's you
pixies,
or
bro.
them.
So that was your turn.
That was my
Yeah.
turn.
Sometimes
Gorik.
you gotta strangle a pixie.
Gorik, you turn to your right and you see Gailian just strangling the shit out of one of these pixies.
I just kind of cocked my head like, why didn't you just smash it? It just all right, whatever. Nunchucks.
I kill it slowly.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna watch the light fade from its eyes.
16 plus 6, so 22. It's
So fucked.
I'm just thinking of all those fucking BJJ
fucking one.
videos I've seen of people
Yeah.
like getting fucking, and you just see them go fucking.
5 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
19. How do you do it?
Hey.
Ooh. You see him just kind of take the nunchuck, start doing like the, fucking with them, like swing
Yeah.
them around, and then
Yeah.
just bring it like a club and just crush it.
Literally, like, it hits it so hard in the side that its body kind of bends around the nunchuck of the force, and then it does kind of explode into that dark pixie dust. Yeah, go ahead and remove that mini. Is there only one left then? The one that's being strangled?
The one that's being
Okay.
strangled.
Okay, all right. Anything else
Oh,
with
dude,
your
perfect.
turn, buddy?
Yeah. I am going to move up behind.
This is a group strangle session that's about to happen, I swear to Christ.
I mean,
I swear to the four lights.
I was just gonna watch.
Nah, you can do what you want. This is a dark setting.
I would I'd pull
Dark setting.
I'd pull it behind Atlas,
Atlas?
and
Okay.
cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay,
fuck
okay.
Yeah, let's go.
It is
What-
Atlas's turn going into this, so
what-
go ahead and
what is-
resolve that first.
What is
Oh,
the Cure
it's
Wounds?
D8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
I don't have a spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, you do. What's your spell for monk? What is monk's?
There's no spellcasting.
No,
This is the roll.
Oh, it's
part.
that one thing.
It'll probably go off
Um,
wisdom, if
would-
anything.
It would probably go off of
Probably.
Dex. It's typically for melee
If
classes.
you
it's
do
their
it,
main.
you do it off your main
Okay,
one.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I would
for
assume Dex.
Yes.
So
You literally grab the
So
rain
D8.
and turn it into
Still
a
a
healing
D8.
salve. He's just running. He's
So
just
plus
running,
your
and he's
dex
like
modifier.
sweat, rain.
Hey,
10.
let's go. I'm
Captain
fucking-
Planet.
But I can only use
pull
it. I
out a
can only
ring.
use it once per long rest. So
Gotcha.
it's-
Yeah, it's always
I'll take it. I needed
nice.
it.
Okay, Atlas, it is your turn. There is one enemy remaining, and
Well.
its life is slowly being drained from it.
I guess there's nothing. Oh, yes, I guess there is something to do. I'm gonna pick up its fucking stupid little dagger and fucking. I'm
God! Are you proficient with daggers?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. So go ahead and roll
It's
an
a simple
attack.
weapon, correct?
simple.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, if a wizard can use it, surely you can use it.
yeah. I would
So,
hope.
it is kind of a hard thing to hit without hitting him, technically,
You already hit me once.
because his hands are like over it. Like if it's not calculated and you're
Oh,
picking
you
it
want
up
me to
off the
call a
earth,
shot? How
um,
do you want me to do?
you can do a called shot or you can roll a disadvantage. So you can take -5 to the roll or just roll a disadvantage. Yeah.
So it'd be
not-
straight up because it's prone though.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't want to ruin what he's.
Yeah,
trying to
actually,
do,
yeah, you're
but,
right.
But because you're using an action to pick up a weapon, would you
Oh,
not be able
no,
to?
I
swing
can
Oh,
back
not.
right,
around?
right. Yeah.
Fair.
I just want to call
Yeah,
it now
no, you're
before I
right.
get deeper.
You
and, like,
right. You
get
right.
confused.
Good
You
call.
right.
I'm sorry.
Then I'm just going
Yeah.
to pick up a
Facts.
weapon.
It's facts.
We were
Yeah,
we were
that's
playing a
it.
high level campaign not that long ago, but you have the dagger.
We were in the
I-
song.
Would you
Would
rather have
said-
done
Have
something
a dex-
else though?
There's nothing else.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Well,
gotcha.
You
I
want to
could-
bring the spear down on it?
Do you want to kind of like?
I can try. I'm not going to hit this.
So just roll straight up into the head of the
Yeah,
beast.
it's a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just kind of like put it behind it.
Yeah, make sure it can't wiggle free.
He just made a little hole in the ground for you to like shove its head in.
You can.
Is essentially what happened.
Sure.
Trying to ostrich the damn
So is that your turn then?
yeah. That's all I
Okay.
know.
It is the pixie's turn. It's going to try one more time to get out of here. So it's going to do an acrobatics check. 17, 22.
It escapes.
Okay. So it flutters out, but that's its action. It's pretty wounded. Also,
Let it run.
there are, and you're on the side of it. It is going to try and run, but you do get an attack of opportunity then Atlas. If not, there's a good chance that unless Oztrix can hit it with a ranged spell, that it's going to flee. What'd you get?
No, yeah, no.
Okay. So
God, that pisses me off.
with its movement speed after kind of coming up and flying, though, it's not that far away. It would come kind of to the edge of the map here. So, Oztrix, do you have a long-range spell to try and kill this thing before it gets away?
Yeah, I can cast Guiding Bolt again. I've got one
It's
more.
totally
level
up to
1 spell.
you. Do you let the creature flee, or do you try and destroy it? Destroy it! I'm just saying the
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings
I'll probably
thing.
try to
I'm
destroy
not
it.
telling you to do it. I'm just like, destroy it!
Cast it into the
Throw
fire.
it in, cast it into the fire! No.
I rolled another 19 plus 6. That's so funny.
You guys happy to have Ian back with his fucking hot rolls? All of you guys rolled pretty good. Like, even with some misses and stuff, you guys
Yeah.
all contributed very well.
So 11 radiant blood lance damage.
Yeah, so 22 radiant plus what was already on top of it. How do you murder this pixie?
Another just nicely
say it like
curated
that,
blood
that's
lance.
terrible.
Just right, just like you just see like the head just
Pop.
pop.
Oh,
Pop off.
boy. And as that enemy falls, the glade goes silent, the encounter resolves, and I hand it over to you guys. We can take a quick break there
I
and
need to
jump
pee.
back into it. I gotta pee.
Beep, beep. Yeah.
So we'll take a real quickie right there, and we'll take a quickie. And we're back. So, we'll get out. We'll go through the rule stuff. Let me pull back up that stat block. Not rule stuff. The what you get immediately.
Yeah.
DM tab. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this off and just make sure, or just
What-
trust in you guys
well,
never to look.
What you could do is always take that DM tab and put it in a different OneNote and just have them tab together
I
so
could,
you
I
can hide
could.
it.
So XP wise, we're gonna go ahead and just always divide it by 6. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, 6, right? 6 players. Yeah, yeah. So for the 4 pixies, that is
5.
it is it 5?
Because we killed the first one, then 4 popped up.
Yeah, you're right. And then there's some additional, so it's 600 XP total to be. Well, it's 100. It's 100 XP apiece.
Oh, 100.
So because it's evenly
Nice, dude.
divided, so that's pretty good.
And when do we level up on XP? Is it 800?
300.
No, it's 2 is 300. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so almost there.
We're at 260. Is that what it is?
260.
Because you were at 160, right?
Yeah,
we were
So
160.
so you're pretty close. You guys might end up doing it. Nice.
We're on the precipice.
You're on the precipice. Well, you could always take a fight on the way back or something like that.
You
it is
bandits want to
it's all
fight?
XP. There's not going to be any milestone bullshit. There's not going to be like Brad saying like, "Oh, it's a big fight coming up, level up." No, it's all XP. So it'll encourage you to do some random encounters and stuff. But so this individual has entered stage left. For the sake of the other two that were of the party, they remained in Krivengrad for one reason or the other. We'll talk about it next time. And I'm going to hand it over to you guys, and you guys do whatever you want. And keep in mind that just in this setting, like looking for treasure, investigating things in the area, it's always a good idea. So
Loot. I'd assume that the pixies all turned to dust.
yes,
Which those are
but that is a lootable thing.
yes.
From the pixies exploding, I assume they would have probably dropped daggers, or did daggers go with it?
So there are 4 daggers. So just kind of straight up woodland daggers. That's just kind of like what you see on the ground. As for the pixies themselves, because if the wizard was here, she would definitely go after it. You get a fistful of pixie dust, essentially X4. So 4 fistfuls, and they can be made as spell components. They really don't have any other value other than that.
Be 4 or 5.
4.
4.
Just 4. Yeah. Yeah, the original one
Kind
was
of.
a little different.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, just 4. And that's for reasons. Mainly because the one that was firstly killed has something else on it, depending on when you investigate. So, at that point, that's just kind of like visually what you see, what you grab quickly. There's the man, and then there's some other stuff scattered around. But I'll need an investigation check for that.
I would want to do a medicine check to. I would want to check the body, knowing that it should be dead.
Just making sure.
Just making sure he's actually dead.
Sure. Oztrix, you kind of see the halfling walk up to the dead man, like perceiving, just as someone that deals with dead a lot. Like looking at it, you're pretty sure, but he seems intent. Maybe this is an insight onto his character. Medicine check is the character of his character.
8. It's bad.
I mean, you just went through a pretty traumatic experience. First time, you're kind of fumbling about. You're pretty sure he's dead, but you know.
Start taking bow ties out of his mouth.
Understood. Okay.
In an attempt to think that maybe I'd be able to revive him because
Right.
I think he's dead, but
So you guys watch as he begins pulling, like the mass in his throat slowly goes down, the more bow ties that he pulls out.
I slowly get back up.
Mhm.
Atlas, what happened?
Well, you attacked the corrupted pixie, and
yeah, because it
you-
was attacking this man.
Yeah, and you saved the forest. You did an excellent job. You slew that corrupted beast.
I felt cold, then I blacked out.
That's interesting.
anger.
Does that happen a lot?
No, this is the first time this
The-
happened.
The cold part?
I'm used to the cold, actually.
Okay.
Part of my people's thing is we live high up on the mountains and used to cold and altitude, so
Oh,
it's
well-
not rare for me to feel cold.
Oh, we'll see. There was a bit of an aiming issue I had.
Are you saying you hit me with cold?
Well, not so much I hit you, I hit the log.
And I was next to the log.
You were next to the log, yes. It exploded. I'm sorry.
Well, I will try to avoid being
It's-
next to the log.
No, I should have probably pay more attention to where I send icicles.
What? Where's my axe?
You
Why did I drop the
dropped
axe?
it.
I will pick this up. This is.
You should ask someone else about that. I'm going to start picking up bow ties.
Oztrix, as they're speaking, they're saying each other's names. And you do recognize from one Captain Valen Auric that these are the individuals that you were looking for. Just in case you needed any reaffirmment. These are the adventurers that essentially Lord Rurik and Captain Valen have essentially signed up without their knowledge as of yet to aid you on a specific quest in regards to the bailiff's daughter upon returning to Krivengrad. So these aren't enemies, essentially, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so they're supposed to aid me.
Yes. So the Lord Rurik, essentially how your introduction is here is that Lord Rurik is sent for someone of your specific talents, with promises of rewards in line with maybe some wants in your life. And it's in regard to a possible possession of the Scribe of Krivengrad. So, but you feel as though you may need some backup, and whenever that was brought up, Captain Valen said, well, you know, there's a handful of adventurers that just came to town, and that's kind of how all this wraps together.
I've never had a smooth exorcism, to be fair.
Yeah, well, there's always a time for not a first, or maybe a first, we'll see. But, if anyone, just to wrap up the loot part of this, if someone wants to give me an investigation check.
I'll investigate the body.
Okay.
Before I would do that, though, Oztrix, what are you wearing? Like, do you look like a holy cleric? Do you have clerical robes?
No.
What are you wearing?
I don medium armor
Okay.
for like the mechanics of it. I don't look religious, no.
Do you have any symbols of any of the
The four lights.
four lights?
So I would have a corked decanter on my my hip that would have like a symbol of each four. So like I acknowledge the pillars, but I wouldn't say that I'm a man of the pillars.
Gotcha.
Would that be something that I would have noticed?
For the
DM? It's more of, would that be something I would see on a lot of people? Would it be something I'd see more on holy men? Try to put two and two together.
It depends on where you want to be from. Are you native of this land or not? Whenever you go to write your backstory.
Yes.
So if you're native of this land, then you would know of the four lights. 90% of the people in this land worship the four lights.
Okay.
So seeing depictions of them as a whole can point to two things. He's just an avid religious man, or he's a man of the cloth in some facet. But the big thing to take away from here is that he's not worshiping just one. Those that kind of worship just one entirely are it's kind of a sacrilege thing to do. And though, like, outside of the game, maybe Ian's character does only skew toward one, it doesn't mean that most people don't come out and say that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
It wouldn't be odd that you see that you see him donning that. But because there's a good chance that any of the rest of you that are from here probably have some kind of four lights thing on you in some way. So, much less those two.
Mine would
probably
mine's
you.
on the back of my robe, but I have a cloak, so it wouldn't show.
So you literally just you, I think, because Tatiana's character is not from here either. You're the only one that may actually vibe with Oztrix at all. So.
So I would go about investigating the man's body.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
And there's a secondary thing I'll do too.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone want to investigate the general area while he's doing that? I just need another investigation check.
I'm walking around picking up bow ties.
Yeah, that's a part of the general area. Investigation check, please.
13.
I would like to approach
Oh my god.
the Goliath.
Okay.
I'll let you RP that in just 1 second. Let me get through the loot so we can get into the RP. Just real fast, if you don't mind. Well, go ahead.
No.
It seemed like it was going to be short, Mr. Oztrix.
Oh, hi. My name is Oztrix. Will you help me with something?
Hello, I am Galen. Yes.
It's your character. What's your name? Gailian?
Gailian.
There you go.
Gailian.
Wow.
Gailian, well, see, you're so tall, and I'll take out a small amount of rope, and I'll tie it around the feet of one of the pixies.
Yeah.
So
And,
all the pixies are dust, except for one.
Oh, okay, they turn to dust.
There
Okay,
is
never
one
mind.
that is still not dust, so that's
Okay.
lootable. So you can tie it around one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'll tie it around the foot of the pixie that remains. Will you hold this up high?
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Was this one that's missing a head or not? Either way,
This
it's
is the
fine.
first one.
No.
So it's
It exploded with the ice knife.
it's just partially frozen, making sense to why
Okay.
it's not all eviscerated and lootable.
I want to wedge. I have just like a ceremonial dagger, and I want
Yeah.
to wedge it into like the chest area to try to
Sure.
penetrate and have it start to leak blood,
Penetrate.
if possible.
Okay.
Oh,
Bloodletting.
DM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of blood.
You
Yeah, it
are. You are afraid of blood.
Want me to make a wisdom save?
No, it's a. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Please,
So as I
Please freak
lance
out.
this thing open for bloodletting, and I go to
Yeah.
reach back
Uh-huh.
to get my cork decanter.
Yeah, it's fallen onto the ground. I just think you would drop it.
I would
because of
drop
blood. You watch as this big hulking Goliath,
pale face,
literally like
frozen in a statue.
just like about to vomit. Yeah.
Well, you did have one job.
I don't like blood. I don't like it. Do not.
No, that's that's quite fine. Thank you. And at that point, I'll just take the cork out, and then I'll try to hold the pixie and drain it into the decanter.
Gotcha.
So
okay. So you begin. I want you to go ahead and roll for me an investigation check. You can aid Atlas here, because you kind of go through its belongings as you're bloodletting it, and then what was yours again?
13.
Okay, so we'll go through this, and you guys can jump an RP and do whatever you want. So the scattered loot from the dead tradesman is on his person. You find a leather satchel, which is it's worn but sturdy, so that in itself is an item. Inside, you find a set of carved wooden figures, which are animals and people, but they're meticulously carved. You find a hunting knife. You find a woven wool blanket. Very nice. You find a worn brass compass. You find, this is fun, you find a folded map of the fiefdom of Krivengrad. Welcome to having a map of the realm now.
Goodness.
As adventurers, you have a
Perfect.
map. You find a set of traveling clothes. Too big for you, Halfling. They could
They're like
probably fit
jams.
Atlas or Oztrix.
Not me.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You find a bottle of honey mead. You find a small pewter amulet of the four lights, which is kind of cool. And then you find a trade contract of some kind. It's wet and illegible, but it has a crest of a bottle of spirits stamped in wax. So you can't read any of the letters, but it's a trade contract, just kind of what it looks like. Like I've seen trade contracts before, wet and illegible, but it has a bottle of spirits stamped in wax, like a little stamp. So maybe that's something that can point to something. And then Oztrix, what was your investigation?
8 plus 1 is 9.
9. Okay, so you do find a little bit just going through what's left of that pixie. 13 silver pieces, a rusted dagger, so on top of the other ones that you found, but it was once fine. So it's a fine dagger, but it's rusted and in ill repair. So maybe you can find someone to spruce it up. And that's it. That's what you find. So
Perfect.
General area.
That was all of it.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
So you seemed very not wanting to do the investigation check, so I had him do it.
Yeah,
and that's what you found.
Ended up with the one good roll.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't have
fine.
found anything else.
No, I know.
So that was literally all
I
you
know.
guys. You guys got everything. This was the you're probably gonna get everything place. So you did good. You did good, Tater.
I've shook some silver pieces and a dagger out of this pixie.
Are they bloody?
Oh, it's more rusted, but
Oh, that's good.
there is blood around, so be careful. But
I'm looking the other way.
I mean, there is.
Just
Well, hell,
looking
you.
at-
Who was all stabbed? Did anybody else get stabbed but him, actually?
I was.
You got
I
stabbed,
healed him.
but you healed
Yeah,
him.
but I'm
Yeah,
fixed.
but there'd still be blood. It doesn't get rid of the blood.
Yeah, no, it's
So it'd be a little bit of blood.
You had blood coming down your back.
So yeah, he's got a little bit of blood on him. The pixies didn't really bleed, but the man,
Oh, man.
the poor man.
he probably had some blood coming out of an orifice or two. Oh, the other part. So you only find 54 bow ties in good condition.
Oh.
Well, that'll work.
Out of 187.
Oh, he's not
Ooh,
gonna
that's-
have it.
So, but 54 in good condition. You find like 20 in half digested condition. And by digested, I mean either by the man's throat or the elements. But you find 54 bow ties. So, and go ahead, do whatever you want.
So, why do you collect blood?
oh, I use it.
I see.
You did make
Yes,
it rain. You turned the rain.
yeah, to blood. Yes.
Yeah.
He did?
You don't remember
Yeah, well,
a whole lot. when you
It's
do
probably
that, huh?
best that you don't remember.
Yeah.
I
And I'll
haven't
squeeze like
done-
the last few drops and throw the pixie.
done that much.
Bleeding?
No, the
Pixies?
I must have, the call that I made.
Oh, the
Hold on. What?
you see, he was like this, and then he hyped himself up, and well, that's when he started murdering pixies.
That's
Oh.
something from what I've been told.
Went into a little bit of a tiff, did you?
That's what my father did.
Get mad and strangle pixies?
Get mad. I don't think haven't heard of him strangling pixies. He might have though.
I mean, you did a very good job of strangling it. I mean, I figured
Yes, you did.
you're a family of pixie strangling Goliaths.
That's the whole thing.
While I'm talking, I'm actually taking the body and kind of like putting the hands together and almost looks like I'm preparing the body for a funeral.
From what I've been told, my father was a part of the other Goliaths.
Oh.
The marauding, rampaging.
They're not all Goliaths, by the way.
Yeah.
The Goliaths are mostly from the Dovewood. The Viking-like tribalmen of either the endless sands or the mountains are a mix of many races,
Yeah.
but mostly human.
Yeah.
Just so you know, just for lore accuracy.
There's other races other than myself, but yeah, he.
Rampage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
Blackout?
I don't know if he did or not. I never met the man.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, somehow he met mom, something happened, and then I was born.
That's funny. I never met my father either.
Something happened?
Well, I mean, we can put two and two together. I know how we're made.
The sex.
Yes.
Because the way you said
Of course.
See, he's just kind of figuring out about this. It seems.
Oh, sex.
especially after the fish part.
You'll love it.
So just making sure. You'd see me over the body, kind of like bow my head, kind of like on a prayer position for a few seconds.
Gotcha.
Does it make you feel better when you do that?
I'm ignoring you. Still praying.
He ignores you and continues to pray.
Mhm. Well, you see how we pray to all this. I guess they...
Need something to believe in.
Yes.
It's alright. The animals will take him back to the earth shortly.
Who knows? Maybe he comes back as something better.
Like reincarnation?
In a sense, the order my mom's a part of, everything takes energy. When you pass on, that energy goes somewhere else. And if we're lucky, maybe we turn into a tree.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, fun.
You don't seem to enjoy it as much as I thought you would.
I don't know what I believe in. I've been told a lot, but something tells me otherwise.
Well, isn't that why you all were sent out? Was to find...
Find the spark.
There seems to be something burning inside of you.
That's a good way of putting it. There's always that little itch.
Discord. Sorry.
So,
Well, I have come to find you.
Yeah, that is... You ran into us at a very interesting time.
Very.
Was it...
Perfect timing.
It
It was meant to be.
It was quite handy, actually, having you here.
So, I need your help, and I was told to come find you. I have an exorcism to perform.
But I don't see how we're going to help with that.
Do you want me to beat the whatever it is to death?
Exorcisms have a way of becoming very violent.
Oh. Well,
They can. Not always. Usually.
no. That it's not usually always violent. Okay.
It's not always, but it is usually. So I'm here to requisition you for help, possibly.
Well, we are very new in town. Like, very new in town. But it just so happens that this wraps up the last job we were on. Once we drop off these bow ties.
Oh, so you do need the bow ties.
Well, yeah, we got to get as many back to Sitsot as we can.
Oh,
He's been rather dour.
perfect. Well, let's return the bow ties, and you'll get your reward, and we'll move on to making the long money.
What's
I've never
long
heard that
money?
saying, but okay.
No, I'm very poor. There's no long money in exorcism.
The coins are rather short and round.
Yeah, they're not long at all.
He's figuring out money.
Coins
Also.
are rather okay.
That was a bit of a joke.
Okay.
He's quite the serious type. Are you done?
Amid this
Oh, yeah, I
whole-
just need a bit of blood. Magically innate creatures' blood quite potent. You don't need too
Oh.
much of it.
Amid the whole time, Gorik has been. How would you describe it? I would say that passively, they're taking looks and kind of seeing what you're going through. But if you would like to describe kind of everything that you've done for the listener, go right ahead.
So, preparing, look like I'm preparing the body. I've taken the body and kind of shifted into a position where it's not laying against the log anymore. Taking the arms and kind of like cross them across the body, kind of orient everything in a as neat as possible way with the dead body with probably broken by the Pixie.
Right.
During this, while you guys were after I got done praying after doing that, while you guys were talking, I would have taken the hunting knife out from the satchel and started cutting the sleeves off the man and kind of turning them into strips. And I take those strips, I kind of gently pick his head up, and you see me wrapping over one sleeve over his eyes and another sleeve over his mouth.
Have we seen you do this before?
We haven't killed. No one's been dead around this before, so no.
This
Never
is
before,
actually,
right? Yeah.
actually, like, if we're going real, like, news story, new adventurers, this is the first time that you guys have killed anything.
Oh,
Not
milestone.
Oztrix. You might be an outlier because of how you come to the party. I would say that you don't seek to kill creatures of the dark, but you might have had to. But to the rest of you guys, like, this is
self-defense.
yeah, this is like
Swear.
this is the that's why the whole morale thing is a thing. Like, this is the first time. Like, this is
Okay.
you guys are coping the best that you're doing a great job, RP wise. But like I said, because we're down a few, I'm not gonna make you roll the morale to make you feel like, yeah, it's oppressive, but it is oppressive. This will stay with you. This is your first kill. Corrupted pixies. First life that you've taken.
The wooden figures.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of the figures look like him? Like
No,
family?
they're very fine figurines. Commonly, I mean, it's probably sold different towns for children or collectors of such things. Sometimes they're used as like chess pieces and the like. It's just a high value common item that could be sold. Like passive investigation wise, nothing really comes up. The biggest thing within what you got was that ruined trade agreement, whatever it is. Everything else is kind of mundane loot. So
I'd take the small pewter amulet of the four lights,
mm-hmm.
and I would stick it in
Other two?
his hands like he's
Oh,
holding
okay.
it.
Very cool. Leaving that with him. Gotcha.
And then
okay.
I would kind of stand up and look at you. And what was your question that you asked me? Because I can't
I don't
remember.
remember.
I asked you, do you do this often? I think that's what you said.
Pretty much.
Something,
yeah.
something
I'd be like,
like that.
yeah, I have done this often.
We haven't noticed it. That might be a fault of our own.
We haven't traveled together very long.
This is correct.
We've known each other
I
for
just met you all.
exactly. I don't think we've
I
ran
know
across.
nothing but your names.
I don't think we've ran across anything.
And yet you try to keep blood
dead.
on me.
Yeah, well, I know you don't. You can't stand the sight of blood, which could be problematic. But
Which is
In what way?
don't worry about it. Might not come up.
Well, should we continue back to town?
Sure.
I would look at Oztrix and go, "You're a holy man, aren't you?" Exorcisms?
I'm like wholly adjacent.
Holy adjacent.
Yeah.
Do you have any funeral rites that you can
No,
perform?
no. You'll see. I mostly blood cleanse for the exorcisms. It's so you kind of bloodlet, and then you purify the blood, and then you have to get the blood back into the body, which is really the hardest part. But you'll see. You'll see.
Where's this exorcism of yours at? Is it back in town?
It's the bailiff's daughter.
Oh,
You
So
haven't met the bailiff yet.
no, we haven't.
What's a bailiff?
it's like a holder of like criminals. I guess like a bailiff. Like
What's a criminal?
What did you do with?
what are you?
I was part of a tribe. We don't
very,
really-
very deep in the woods.
Yes.
Ugh, okay.
What did y'all
So
do?
there's like right and wrong.
Yes.
And when you do wrong things
you kill
and you
them.
get caught, no, it's not humane enough. You don't just kill people.
They
You throw them in jail.
disrespected the tribe. They have to go away.
Well, it's not a tribe. It's society. It's
They
a
don't-
different construct.
They don't quite do that here.
Remember how we talked about how your tribe works together as a community?
Yes.
But in our world, it's smaller communities that people only care about each other.
Yes.
Sometimes those communities will wrong other communities, but rather
Then
than
you killed them.
killing
Nope,
them, our
nope.
tradition,
Jesus Christ.
if,
this guy.
if caught, is to be jailed. So you get put behind bars, or you get locked up in a position all day long as a punishment for doing said things. Depending upon cultures, there could be other punishments. So, say you stole something from somebody, some places will cut your hands off for it, as a punishment for you.
Banishment out of the society is also one.
Yep.
Exile.
Which
Sometimes that happens, yes.
well, within our society, people die when you do that. Generally, we can't stand to the elements. Someone of your nature would do better in exile than someone like me. I'll just be eaten by something.
Yeah, I guess.
It's hard.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of our way
It's-
that we send ours out into the wild.
Wouldn't it be better to
do things?
kill them because they're not
No,
trapped
No, well-
behind?
Because
they have the
cause-
opportunity to live. They're
and
not.
learn
in a
from
cage?
their mistakes.
They learn from
They
it.
don't stay
Yes.
there forever. It's a time period issue.
But won't they just do the wrong thing again when they're let out?
Not
No.
always.
Well, this,
Not
th-
always.
this is supposed to ward them from doing the wrong thing. It's you learn from your mistakes this way. That's why you don't just kill them, because now they shouldn't do it again.
To be fair, if the wrongdoing you've done to somebody is heinous enough, they may kill you. They may
Yeah.
just outright kill you. That is a thing that does happen. It's just
Yes.
not everybody's killed. Like let's say someone in your tribe went to someone else in the tribe and took their food.
What do you do with that person?
What do you do with that person?
They have to go back and get more food for the tribe.
Okay, so it's similar as a warding mechanism to, like, if you're gonna steal it, you're gonna have a punishment to go gather more.
It's more like you took food that was supposed to go to someone else. You replaced the food.
Yes, but also if you don't want to go get the food, you don't take the food in the first
Well,
place.
then they're not thinking of the tribe, so they should be taken care of.
Exactly.
Oh my god! I just realized what you are. My god, no! I'm not even gonna attempt. We should go see, and maybe if you see it, then you can understand it a little better.
He should learn by doing.
Mm.
You're right.
Oh, we
Well,
can,
I don't think we should actually lock him in the cage, but he could
How
talk
big's
to
the
the babe.
cage?
Not big,
oh,
10 foot
they-
by 11,
they could fit you in there.
just big
gotta
enough.
get out.
No, because there's someone on the outside called the bailiff to make sure you don't.
He would kill you if you get out, potentially.
Is
Depend-
he bigger than me?
Well, I don't know. We should go see.
Probably not, but yeah, we'll go see.
He
Let's go.
can
Let's go see him.
He can. Okay. I want to meet this bailiff, I guess. He has a daughter.
Who needs to have an exorcism done
He's-
on her?
Yeah.
He's taking
and now
the- He's taking the
full
blood
circle.
out,
And now we're back.
the bailiff's daughter.
and you're gonna take her blood out and put it back in.
Is that how your exorcisms work?
Oh my God,
that's how mine
he's
works.
ITing exorcism.
I would say for the most part that exorcism is a foreign term to all of you, except for him, Oztrix.
Yeah.
Being that he's one of the only individuals that have in a land that has ever tried to do one, other than his mentors in the Isle of Cass. If there was another person here tonight, the wizard, there would be more insight on this. But yeah, exorcism, it just sounds like a fun play date.
Yeah.
To the rest of you guys, and also bailiff, kind of like the judge of the town. There is actually a jailer and hangman that's another NPC. This specific bailiff is kind of elderly and isn't as hardcore as maybe you guys are talking him up to be.
Just try to make him hardcore.
I just want to throw him out there.
Try to get the
I
Goliath
know.
to understand.
I just
In
feel
a perfect
I cannot
world, the bailiff kicks ass.
Keep that in your mind that he is as awesome as they made him sound until you meet him.
You have to explain society to someone who has no idea what society
Yeah,
is. Have
yeah.
fun.
And this is
Also
I'm only-
capitalism, because
Yeah.
you're obviously from a socialist type deal, so
Yeah.
this is going to be rough.
I was only saying it because, like, we had a session 0, and even though you didn't meet him, like, technically you guys spent a couple days in town. So it'll be more fun to meet him and watch you
Explain that.
be a.
Person of the force.
What's your intelligence?
Oh, my intelligence is actually pretty good. It's 13.
Hey,
That's not bad.
I just,
It's really not bad.
but I lived in the woods.
I guess it's just the inner rage that
that's crazy.
makes you dumb. Just kidding.
Very-
Haha.
So y'all,
Anyway,
even though I'm a wood elf, we still had like it's a fucking elven society. No.
Shawn's character didn't come from
Yeah, no.
either of the main
Yep.
societies.
Yep.
He was
I
actually
read this
raised.
thing.
Yeah. So he's just confused.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Confused is a good way to describe his character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So what would you guys like to do?
Oh shit.
Almost like he didn't have parents. Or did he?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oztrix,
Mm.
do you know the way back to town? You seem to get out here quite a bit, or were you just kind of following our footsteps?
I did come from the town, so I can absolutely. I'll lead us back.
I've got a map here,
Awesome.
So now you guys have a map
Yeah.
map of the fiefdom. Yeah.
and there's a compass
Uh huh.
I
We
guess
could-
I should
Yeah.
take those things.
here.
Fuck. This won't go bad at all.
So even though
Oh, it doesn't.
So Atlas asked you, Oztrix, like, can you lead us back? And then he literally walks in front of you with a compass and a map, and he's like, you know what, I can do it.
Yeah, you could have. You didn't have to ask.
woods.
Okay,
I
so
got this.
where I placed you, you're actually technically 2 hexes away from Center Krivengrad. It's going to take you about 6 hours. If you guys choose a normal pace, like a adventurer's pace. Is that okay?
After all that, what time of day is it?
Currently,
Yeah.
1, 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're going to get back around 8, 9 in the evening
yeah.
if nothing happens.
How dark does this? When does it start getting dark in this area?
6, 7, right around there. So it is going to get dark, but so essentially, yeah, we'll talk about it. So, are you leading?
No, I guess so.
Okay.
With a map.
So
and a
with a map, so well, that's just kind of so you guys have a map now.
yeah.
Does it have like a "You are here"?
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's
For the sake of fun, there is a map. There is actually a label on the map of where you are.
Perfect.
In OneNote.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's it's that number 1 Pixie Bowtie location.
Yeah.
So you guys have to go west 2 hexes. To get back to Center Krivengrad. So you guys actually found a very expedient route here. On the way back, a little bit darker. So, are you the you're the guy?
I will.
You're
Is
the
anyone
survival
else
guy?
proficient in survival?
It does.
I
You
am.
have to be
No,
proficient.
I
sure.
am not proficient.
well,
I can
yeah.
do it. I have a +4, but I am not proficient.
Yeah,
You're the man.
I'm the guy.
The ranger isn't
It's you.
here, so it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
So what's your
It is you, brother.
roll?
It is a 21.
Okay. So that's a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for me percentage dice, please.
This is the part that sucks.
Something
It could be good.
will always happen.
Could be good.
It could be bad.
It could be horrible.
Just because you see it coming doesn't mean it doesn't come.
52.
Okay.
Oh, it always comes. baby.
Interesting.
Mm.
Over the next 3 to 4 hours, as you're heading west, the sun does begin to fade. It's still kind of like that late afternoon. The cold may be getting to you guys a little bit just because you were, it was raining quite a bit. With, fall in full swing, winter coming along, it's not the most fun travel. Now that you've experienced the Dovewood, maybe you'll... I'm not saying this to be, like, condescending in any way, but maybe you'll prepare more going into the Dovewood going forward. Just kind of, like, getting that idea.
Expectations.
Right.
Mm.
As you're traveling, you do come across a crystal clear watering hole that is about 40 feet wide, several hundred feet deep. But what kind of catches your eye? You specifically. You're the one that sees this, Mister, because your passive perception is the highest.
Yeah.
What's interesting about it is it's so crystal clear that you can see toward the bottom. At the very bottom, there is a single gold coin that glints within the remaining sunlight. You just noticed this. If you don't do anything, I can actually just kind of mark it on your map for later. Actually, that's kind of part of this.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That's kind of part of this.
We should.
That's
going
a whole.
to be dark
That's
soon.
a whole thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd say you can mark the map with a little.
Yeah. We should probably check this out when.
It's a little chilly to be swimming.
Yeah. I'm already wet. I don't wish to get any more. So.
I agree. I don't think anyone else want to jump in naked anywhere.
I'm just gonna make a little mark, and I'll make it look better later.
I do need a bath.
They have a house for that where we get free baths.
Yes, with the one lady who held her nose at me.
And she shouldn't now because you aren't covered in shit.
I am not covered in shit.
Yep.
Just never mind.
Yeah.
Keep that to myself.
Yep. That's a good idea. The brain washed it away.
So do you just continue on then?
Yeah, mark it
Okay.
on the map.
All right.
And
I need a
another survival
I need an
check.
additional survival check, please.
Well, they can't all be good.
Okay.
That's an 8.
All right. Okay.
God,
Understood.
fucking gonna chuck on my dice. At the
Roll
fucking
for
river.
me 2 die 20.
23.
You are only 100 XP. Well, actually, less than that. We're close to a level.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me another set of percentage dice. You can choose someone else in the party to roll this if you wish.
Hey, Ian, why don't you go ahead and roll some dice?
Yeah, Oztrix, roll
Yeah.
percentage.
Oh, so close. 64.
Oh, you're so close.
64.
I know it.
There's a lot of crystal clear ponds as you come through.
This is
Another one?
What's interesting about this one, because it's kind of curious, because you're doing a quest, or we're among a quest for a humanoid frog, a grung. As you come across another set of crystal clear pond, there are these toadstool rings that are 10 feet wide, made of these brightly colored mushrooms of different types. It's just an interesting location. Very interesting location.
Well, I think we should.
At this
probably
point, it
mark
is getting
this
dark.
On the map
Yeah,
too,
okay.
and yeah,
I'll make a note.
I don't want to be cut out after
Okay.
dark.
All right. No big deal. So we press on then?
Yeah, I'm assuming unless y'all want to stop and look at these giant toadstools.
Kind of late. I
No,
want to sleep.
Okay.
I don't see well in the dark.
Oh, you don't?
Goliath
Is
don't have
that
dark
right?
vision.
Well, we should get
That's
you to town
interesting.
quickly.
At this point, if you do press on, it is late in the evening.
Yeah.
Considering of the town and when they kind of everything closes up and stuff. When you arrive at Krivengrad, just before the gates close, you make it inside, and at this point, it's late in the evening. What would you guys like to do? Come walking in, torchlight, faint rain, muddy streets of Krivengrad. Not a lot of things happening right now. It's like bedtime for most folk.
Does the shop look like it's lit up at all?
No, Sitsots? No, at this point he's probably eating flies in his dreams. It's late. Yeah, at this point it's late in the evening. You guys might have to.
Does his tongue still move around
Take a
when he
rest of
sleeps?
some
We
kind.
won't know. We're not there.
Not breaking the shopkeeper. to see if his tongue
Yeah, Oztrix
continues.
hasn't met Sitsot yet, so.
I would think we probably head back to
Calidor's?
Calidor's, yes.
I do believe you guys rented rooms at Calidor's for a few nights, yeah?
Yes.
As late as it is, considering everything that's happened, I would say that you would return to Calidor's with access to your rooms, but Calidor would also be considering you guys are the only occupants. He would also be within his chambers slumbering as well. So it's really up to you guys at this point. You're just kind of among yourselves unless you seek out somebody. It's kind of like a Tuesday night, you know? The old people are asleep. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Any commotion going on at all?
No, not really.
So
Krivengrad,
town's quiet.
very
Everybody's
quiet,
in
very
bed.
quiet. There are the guards of Krivengrad that are going about the city. Something of note: whenever you're within the city after dark, if you don't have a lit torch, it is actually an offense within Krivengrad. Just kind of going forward. I'm letting you know
makes
now
sense.
that if you're kind of skulking about in the night, you can actually get arrested and fined.
Would we
So-
know that?
You do now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one. I'm telling you now. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know.
Not penalizing you for it yet. Now you know. So and that's yeah.
Torch is out.
Yeah. You guys probably lit a torch on your way in anyway. So, but that's just something so you guys know. So.
Well, it has been the most interesting of days. I'm going to crash early.
Yeah, iron skin pixies. That was
Corrupted.
not what I
iron
was
skin
expecting.
Iron.
pixies in the Dovewood.
I look at my axe. Is there any damage on it?
No damage.
Kind of the sparking. I don't know if you noticed that. There's a lot of sparks when we hit them.
I don't remember.
No.
Not a drop of it, huh?
That might be a good
I
thing.
felt cold,
Yeah.
and I woke up, I guess, after.
I'll keep an eye on that. Probably don't want him to
Yeah.
just black out and
Murder us?
Yeah.
I wouldn't murder you all. You're my friends.
Oh, that was.
But you blacked out and don't remember
Humor.
what happened.
I saw
Yes.
the way that you acted, and I don't know. The way that you strangled something to death, there's something inside you that's, I don't know.
I strangled something.
There's something deep down in there. Something black and painful.
You took something that you should be able to crush in your hand and you strangled it. It was
Yeah, so you
one of
had
the-
a
one of-
weapon.
It was one of the
Then
most
you-
amusing yet terrifying things at the same time because I
Yeah,
am
you
tall, I'm
elected to
small.
drop the weapon to strangle something to death. There's something in you that's. I can't fix that. There's no
Look.
exorcism for that.
I cannot tell a lie, and you did do all those things that were aforementioned.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Well, you didn't ask, and I was
I
actively.
asked you what happened.
I was
He didn't tell.
actively avoiding the question. It's not. It's not
you
a
can't
lie.
tell a lie, but you
I
can't
can
also...
obfuscate the truth.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. It is a
He's
thing.
not
I've had
lying.
to
He's just
work
not
on.
bringing it up.
Yep.
You
I
know.
see.
So, yes, to bed I go,
To bed you go.
because I do have to go.
That's a great time. It's such a great time. With that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with only 3 of our party members for the rest of the session. We'll be right back.
Don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. So jumping back into it, then. Yeah. So we just some individuals are sleeping in is what's happening thematically from the party. Let's get some little bit more.
A little more tempo.
It's not
There we
quite my
go.
tempo.
There we go.
That feels better. Feels less ominous.
It was pretty ominous. I kind of liked it, but that's me.
Going to sit with ominous music. That sounds terrible.
So as you guys awaken on the morning, for reasons, 3 of your party, of which 2 of them Oztrix hasn't even met yet, have decided to sleep in. so
a long day.
Gailian, Gorik, and Oztrix, you've arose within Calidor's pub and made your way out of your humble aboded rooms to find some breakfast. For your sake, Oztrix, Calidor is a very large, orcish man with long dark hair. He wears spectacles. Very kind. You came across him when you first came to Krivengrad. He has tired eyes as you guys kind of make your way out. The hearth is warm. The smell of food is in the air. He smiles. Are you hungry?
Famished.
Good. No
Oh.
one else is going to eat the food. I made plenty.
I don't think we ate yesterday. Other than when we left.
Yeah, we ate
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
left.
yeah, we're hungry. We're hungry.
He nods, and Calidor goes about preparing some food. Rumor has it that you found yourself out and about, looking for bow ties, of all things.
Sot was upset. Figured we'd help, though he's gonna probably still be a little upset. So,
Oh, did you not find all of his bow ties?
Not all.
no. A little Pixie was taking the bow ties and shoving it into a dead man's mouth.
Oh,
This is a little rough.
that's so grisly.
Yeah.
Calidor isn't like taken aback by what you're saying. He does seem very intrigued, which isn't off-putting from the session zero. He did seem very like rumor heavy. He likes to hear things.
He wants stories. I
He
get it.
likes stories.
He dabbles in the tea.
Perfect. I like that. The dabbler of the tea.
I see that you came across Sir Oztrix, another new adventurer in town.
Yeah. The Pixie was. We had to kill the Pixie for obvious reasons, and he showed up and helped us, which was fantastic. Because I don't know how that would have went if he wasn't with us.
Uncanny timing.
It was very uncanny, but what he can do is pretty impressive, actually.
I can't say that I've ever seen pixies of the Duffwood before. Were they admirable
Count your
foes?
blessings.
Not admirable.
Kind of look at.
One of them? No. More? Yes.
At least you all returned unharmed and unhindered. He begins to pass out. Pretty good sized breakfast for all of you. Eggs. Kind of like blackened tomatoes. I don't know if you'd call it a medley of sorts of different vegetables because it's all very foreign to you. And then also some breakfast beer. Everything heavily spiced.
It sounds like an English breakfast.
Well, this I was going to
Minus
say,
the
this
beans.
setting is very much rooted in Eastern European culture, so it makes sense. And he's also a large
That's cool.
orc. He's a
dig
big dude. He's a big dude, so he's all about eating. Oh, well, so you didn't get to experience it, Ian. No one comes to this town and stays at the tavern. So he's like super into anyone that comes here. And he just wants to know he wants to drink all the tea.
Yeah,
Just pour it into his mouth and the happier he'll be.
I love that
So,
about him.
yeah.
I love that about him.
So the thing is like they're staying here for cheap. He's feeding you guys for free, essentially. So he's having a good old time. So
Hey, if free food is because of stories. We'll spend some stories for him.
you guys are kind of all sitting up at the bar top, eating food. He does kind of like pull back a little bit, just kind of eating at his own plate across, crossing a little table.
Oztrix, this exorcism you've mentioned,
Hmm.
it sounds like bloodletting, but you put it back? Oh, why?
Yeah. That's the hard part. So, the way that I go about it is that the spirit can take hold of the soul.
What spirit?
But,
what are you trying to do with
whomever.
exorcism?
Yeah, whomever. So the vessel, blood is required for the vessel, right? It kind of like runs the show. It's like the oil. So
You need blood to live. Yeah, I get that.
yeah, so you remove the blood.
So you die.
Well, it amounts, right? So not too much. So you remove the blood. I tend to boil it. That's when the decanter blood that I have here. See, you take pure blood of other beings, mix with the boiled blood, and then you return to the body, right? And so you kind of mix in that good blood, and it tends to filter out to the dark, and then you can push whatever possession spirit, whomever, out.
You rolling a religion check over there?
Medicine check. With the idea of bloodletting and like putting blood back in, understanding whether that's a thing you should do. I rolled super low, so.
Are you proficient in medicine?
Only if I'm trying to give somebody aid with
Just with that one spell.
with a with a healing.
Not inherently proficient in medicine.
No.
Okay, then with the low score, yeah.
I'm thinking boiled blood. Like that sounds terrible.
Which makes sense. Which makes sense.
Skepticism is so warranted.
Oztrix is literally one of a kind.
No one does it like me, dude.
Nobody.
But you boil things and it's hot. Wouldn't you burn somebody? Putting it back in?
It's a process, so you have to let the blood cool.
I'm confused because you take the blood out of the body, but you can't take too much blood out of the body because people will die. But you take out
about a pint at a time is how I like to operate. Not too much.
You can't take the body out of the blood. Calidor just says for funny effect from the side.
I rolled a con save to see how I was holding up. Natural 20, we're doing fine.
Them talking about blood?
Yep.
It's more the visual. So like them just talking about it just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it
eating.
affects like role play.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's lost his appetite.
The blood sausages are not looking appetizing this morning.
The 500-pound.
No, there's no way you would
Goliath
eat blood
is lost
sausage.
No
way you would eat. Yeah. No way.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around this.
So
you take the blood out to purify it. But you can't take all the blood out to purify it. So when you put the blood back in, wouldn't it be retainted?
Well, it dilutes the tainted blood.
How long do you do this for?
It's a day or so. It's a slow process.
You bleed out somebody for a day? That is horrible.
Yeah, well, it goes back in. So,
have you seen somebody without blood? They get all. Oh, you like all day. You're like,
To be fair, this is a bit of a last resort. I don't think this is the first option for anyone. But it can be. Honestly, Gailian, you may want to.
Can I watch the door?
Yeah, you may want to watch the door.
I will watch the
duration. Door. You'll see though. It'll make more sense once you're in it.
Okay. Why do you need our help?
As I said, things can get a bit violent. With the possessing creature, whomever that could.
To tie it in more, what you would say, Oztrix, as well, is that Lord Rurik and Captain Valen have both stated that they want these adventurers to help you, and that there will be compensation for that.
The long coin, yeah.
Yeah, the long coin.
The long coin.
Because that's like the whole purpose of the party is like coming here to make a name for themselves and to make money. So that's kind of like the tie-in for the party. Yeah. Like coming together with you, that's the tie-in. Is like they're willing to pay you to help him.
So I understand the gold, but the violent part that's a little more confusing. If the individual has lost blood, they're generally incoherent.
So it can be them, but once we rip the possessor from the vessel, that's when the violence can start. It really can start at any point, which could get incredibly messy. But typically, once the possessor knows that the game is over, that's when they become combative.
I kind of glance a look over at Calidor, just to see his reaction to hearing this. If he's
are you hearing?
It's kind of like an old man that's just kind of like.
Okay, that's just as confusing for you.
Yeah, but he's very intrigued. Like he loves all this. Like he's very much taking it in.
I must not know the body as well as I thought.
I certainly do not.
I'm not gonna downplay anyone's knowledge of the body.
I mean, you're from the woods, so.
It's a very unique situation to be in, the exorcism game.
Okay, the violent part. That's why you need us.
Yes, yes.
What gets violent? The blood gets violent?
The blood. Sometimes the possessor they'll maintain possession of the body and become violent. But really, once they're ripped from the form, seldom do they go quiet into the night.
So there's a physical form that we can.
Yes, typically.
Dispatch?
Yeah, there's some sort of physical spirit, could be ghost, that we have to then combat.
Kind of like pulls out his nunchucks. I have to hit something physical with this.
So do I.
You know, we'll figure it out on the fly.
Okay. If whatever possession of the body, whatever takes place, and the body could become violent, I'm sure we don't want to kill the bailiff's.
Well, no.
daughter. So do we bind her?
Never ideal. Yes, typically being bound is part of the process.
Okay.
They got to be tight though. If they're not tight, they may as well not be bound because it's gonna get very violent.
Okay.
It doesn't have to, but it almost always gets violent.
You live an interesting life, Oztrix. I have been around dying people and healing them. I've seen my fair share of blood and what happens, but I have never heard of bloodletting to get a spirit out. That's interesting. I cannot wait to see this. This sounds
yeah, there's
so
a first for
interesting.
everything.
I'm also scared because something
scared.
could come out to kill us.
That is always the worst part, without a doubt.
I'm not scared of that. I am scared
The
of
bloodletting itself more
That's-
tedious than dangerous, but
Does this possessed spirit ever come out as blood? Like a bloody
Oh,
form?
please say no.
oh man, I hope for Gailian's sake it doesn't. I guess it could.
What happened before you blacked out? How did you feel? What happened?
I felt cold. I felt like I was about to die. And then felt like something took over. Not like something foreign.
I'm trying to think of a way for you to deal with this if it gets.
Yeah,
It was like a part of me knew what to do, but I couldn't see it.
if you this is gonna sound ridiculous. If you close your eyes, can you hear where you're going?
I mean, in a sense, I can
I'm just
hear my footsteps. I can hear if something's like talking or moving.
I feel like the blood's gonna be a problem. I feel like it's gonna be a big problem.
He also made a comment you can't see very well in the dark. I don't know if closing the eyes is the.
Yeah, if you can't see in the dark, then you're not gonna be able to see when you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Is it normal to be able to see when you close your eyes?
Well, no, but
Yeah, no, not with. Well, that's the ears part.
ears, smelling
Mhm.
can guide you sometimes if you're able to tap into essentially increasing your senses by denying a sense.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
yeah.
while you cannot see, you can. You hear better. You hear the definitive sounds around you much deeper.
Hmm.
You smell. You can navigate by other means, but I don't expect that of you.
You should stay outside. I'm assuming we're going into a building to do this, or is this a public display of
No, this should be a private affair.
Okay. So I think we will go in together, and you can stay outside. But if something happens,
I will hear.
you will hear. Hopefully, you can tap into whatever happened and black out again, and you won't remember the blood. Maybe you can deal with it. And if not, well, that's a bridge we're across too.
And we're gonna have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right. Well, I think we have some bow ties to go deliver to Mr. Sitson.
Yes.
So let's go square that away and get our coin, and then we shall go see this. Well, I will go see the exorcism. You will
I will
hang out.
guard.
Yeah, works. You can guard. I noticed when the Pixie was talking, did you guys not understand what it was saying?
I heard grunts.
Yeah, it's a guttural language, yes. Oztrix?
Yeah. Damn. Stuff and die? Maybe. It's hard to say. Hard
Okay.
to say.
Well, it was saying eat, choke over and over. It was a little demented little shit.
Ah,
So, okay.
well, he got his.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Just, okay. I guess you guys don't know. Butcher this. Eldari. Eldari?
It is. Yeah, you had it. Reldari.
Eldari. Okay.
Yeah, you had it.
All right. Kalidor. Are the creatures of this land, they usually speak Eldari? Or do you know?
You can roll a history check, Oztrix. Coming from the Isle of
Fucking-
Cass. Yeah.
Cocked 20.
Okay.
It is 11 plus
Okay.
1, 12.
It's not a traditional language. It's a language of creatures of the dark. It's kind of an offset of the language of the dragons. So, you know of it, you just don't speak it fluently.
All right. Well,
Language of the dragons.
I don't know why I got taught that language. I don't remember. Something
We're going to find it out in your backstory, ain't we?
We gonna find out.
something about the mission. I don't remember. I've had too much ale and I've taken too many blows to the head
Too much breakfast beer?
in my lifetime.
Gotcha.
not
gotcha.
breakfast.
Gotcha.
Lot-
Excuse me.
A lot of drinking, a lot of fighting. It's the reason why I'm not with the other monks anymore.
I bet the blood of a dragon rider would be divine. I bet you could really exercise with that kind of blood.
Blood of a dragon rider?
You just walk around Gailian in a perpetual state of unease and like sick stomach. Like being around Oztrix.
Are we like walking and talking around town?
I think so. You guys were heading towards Sitsons.
I think we'd be heading towards Sitsons.
I would just abruptly say, I need a bath. And I go to the bathhouse.
Okay.
I will catch with you all
right.
later.
Be
Splitting the party and all that
careful.
of the bathhouse.
Just be careful.
Do you think she's going to hurt me?
No.
I don't think so either. She seems rather nice.
You're not comfortable in our civilized society. So
I'm not comfortable of talking about blood.
of course. Yeah. I mean, why not? Of course you're not. But,
No, you've got plenty of it, right?
I understand. I like it inside of me, not outside.
Okay, he's okay with that. All right, that's good to know. What a weird. What the fuck? Anyway, have a nice bath.
I will.
Oh, we don't need coin anymore. That's right, because
Yes,
free.
we,
Okay.
we fixed it.
enjoy.
Yes, I will plan on it.
We will meet back at the tavern
Yes.
after we're done. If
Yes.
we finish before you, we will head to the bathhouse to find you.
Okay.
And we'll run into each other, hopefully, in passing. It's not
Yes,
very
small town.
big town, yeah. To
So
sit
you
suts.
leave, and you guys continue on. So, this is mainly for Oztrix, and the fact that this will be the first episode. Sitsot Swift Tongue shop is situated in the heart of Krivengrad, just off the main square, making it easily accessible for adventurers and townsfolk alike. The shop is a cozy, welcoming place adorned with colorful decorations and items from distant lands. But this is a level 1 to 3 zone, if we're talking about rule sets, so it's nothing that is quite super extraordinary, just kind of your basic goods for adventurers. A small wooden sign hangs over the door featuring an image of a smiling frog wearing a bow tie and the name Swift Tongue's trading post etched in flowing script beneath. As you head inside, so it's just Oztrix and then you. Swift Tongue being a grung. Oztrix, you haven't met him yet. So Swift Tongue is a medium-sized humanoid frog. He has smooth dark green skin tinged with blue along his limbs. His eyes are red with black pupils. Give him a very striking appearance. He is often seen in well-tailored, clothes with different bow ties, of which were stolen. So he's bow tieless currently. He would usually have a different color for every day of the week and then offsets. But anyway, so he moves very gracefully around his shop. But as you walk in, Sitsot turns and then sees Oztrix, which he hasn't met yet, and then only you, Gorik. Begats. They've all died?
No.
Oh, God!
The big guy smelled. He's taking a bath. The others are resting.
Oh, good.
Now, it was a little perilous.
I thought I sent each of you to your death. Well, except for you. Who are you, good sir?
My name is Oztrix. Nice to meet you.
The other new adventurer in town, I see, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
If not for him, we may have all died, so...
Don't play it up too much.
No, it is fine.
The pixies exploded twice because of you.
Pixies? They were pixies that stole my bow ties.
Yeah. How to put this? I'd reach in, I'd pull up down my back and pull out the leather satchel where I would have taken all the bow ties and put it in there and took everything else out and kind of hand it to him like, this is your bow ties. They're not all here. I'm sorry.
I can see that.
The pixie
Count them.
the pixie was taking your bow ties and shoving it into a dead man's mouth. And kept saying, eat, choke, in the guttural language of the savages.
That is ghastly.
It was horrible.
I'm so sorry. I expected it was just a common thief. Instead, it was a creature of such dark intent. Around 50 odd bow ties returned. That is honestly more than what I expected to get.
There's some pieces you might be able to salvage. And I'd pull out like the 20 messed up ones and kind of like...
Oh, no. If you could keep the partially digested ones.
Okay.
Wow. I will order more. It's unfortunate that within Krivengrad there's not a tailor. I have to actually order them from the capital. But anyway. Where are my manners? And he searches around. For you and your allies. He hands you a sack of gold pieces, 8 in total. Which doesn't seem like overly a lot for the whole, party. Now, I know that isn't a lot of gold, but I will offer you something a bit different. From henceforth, you and your allies, and even Oztrix, Sir Oztrix,
He's an ally.
as he's an ally of yours, I will offer you
Of course.
10% off anything in the shop. And he kind of gestures around. And now I know that for adventurers that have come through, as they typically move through Krivengrad rather quickly, that maybe what you see here isn't of the liking to you, but understand I have ties. Not only to the king's capital, but also the Isle of Cass. We get a delivery from the Isle of Cass once every 2 months, and from the capital every 2 weeks. If there's something that you need special ordered, I can get it for you, though it'll take time. There will be an escalation of import tax, but you can take that up with the bailiff. You can waive it if you're on good terms, if you know what I mean. So,
We're about to go visit him anyway, so.
we'll see. It'll work out
I think they
perfectly. Perfectly. So, as you can see it, I am just the, I have a humble assortment of mundane wares. But I believe that among your party, though she doesn't seem to be with you, there was one with you from the Isle of Cass, yes? One that is, perhaps of the scholarly College of Mages?
Yes.
I can import specific texts that may be of interest to her. And I can get them relatively cheap to what she could get them in other cities. Just as a way to say thanks for returning 50-odd bow ties. He does seem kind of taken aback.
Be 54. I counted them.
54.
I'm sorry.
Out of 187, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's terrible, but it's not bad.
It seems like you like wearing these every day. You change them out.
It seems like I have 54 to figure it out before I need more. By the way, Oztrix, like as he's talking, Mr. Sitsot, his tongue kind of wanders around the trade goods shop, like catching flies and bugs and bringing them back to his mouth. He's able to speak fluently during this whole time. But as you're kind of like meandering about the shop, like looking at different aisles and things, like a tongue will just kind of like come over the top and like wrap around something and then sling back. Yeah.
Speaking of goods that might be helpful, do you have any tents? Ways to kind of get out of the elements a little bit? It was quite rainy.
I do. It's it's over next to the rations. Over
Okay.
there. How many do you need?
Well, I had to see how big they are to see how many we can fit in one.
And there's you, and then there's the big one, and then there's the muscly one with the beard, and then there's Oztrix, and then there's two women that are with you. Probably need two. I tell you what, because of what you've done for me, buy one get one free. How about that?
How much is one tent?
Let's see. I don't think I have a tent in the services, but let's make sure. Let's see. Yeah, no tent. But we'll call it. I tell you what, 6 silver, 2 tents. It's a good deal.
That's fair. Sure. I hand over 6 silver.
I'll end 3.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
6.
Don't worry about it. Hold on to it.
He kind of like gestures away your coin, Oztrix.
Oh, what?
I want to see this exorcism. You're gonna give me sounds like a show.
Fair enough.
Whenever you are all together, make sure to return to old Sitsats, and we can speak of what it is that I can special order for you. The problem is that they have to arrive for me to then send them on their way to then return with the special order. So it does take time. But if you plan on spending time within the fiefdom of Lord Rurik, then you probably have all the time in the world. So
I feel like we're gonna be here for a little while.
good.
You know,
I
make
look
a
forward-
name for ourselves.
I look forward to helping you. I really do. I really do. And thank you.
Glory and pixies and bow ties.
As he's like talking this way, Oztrix, and you're not here. It's just funny seeing like Sitsot like looking down at the halfling as he's talking about like glory and bow ties, and you know, it's
See,
a
little
it's
brave-
a
like
fun,
little
humble
brave.
beginnings, super humble beginnings. Kind of love it. So as you guys turn in thine quest, you get another 150 XP to divide amongst the party. For fun, because it's only 3 of you, we're going to divide it amongst the 3 of you.
Oh, 50 is nice. Gets us over the hump.
Wow. Sorry.
Lovely lady humps,
Check it
whatever.
out.
Yep, we got
Fergie.
We got 310.
Nice. Okay.
So we hit the level
Um,
2.
Yeah, you guys do hit level 2. You 3 hit level 2. The rest of the party's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
have to get some XP next session.
Level 12.
I tell you what, I don't think there's gonna be anything overly crazy upcoming. Maybe there will be. We'll decide. But let's go ahead and roll hit dice amongst the three of you. Let's go ahead and get that. Hit dice is like exciting for people that like hearing things. So
Oh, I didn't.
that cocked, but that was gonna be a 10, bro.
It was, but
Bro, if you were listening to 10, you fucked up.
roll to 12.
Well, never mind.
So the HP.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll hit dice.
Okay.
Ian's on a PC. He can like level up quickly. You guys have like pen and paper and stuff. So, how bad was it? A 2?
I rolled a fucking 2.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Brother.
Oh no!
This is what happened last time too. Is like one level. I was like, oh well, I might as well not even leveled up.
That's rough. Hey, but you hit level 2. So, and you 3 hit level 2 before everyone else, which is very, very fun. We still got some time left.
I get reckless and dangerous.
fun.
That's super easy.
Oztrix, what I will say is that I'm going to save the tour of the church for next session for you to kind of do it with the party because it's really cool. You and I already kind of talked about the cool features of the church, but I'd rather everyone kind of be a part of it a little bit. But you guys can do whatever you want, and you can either fuck around and
Find out.
or proceed to said exorcism. But
Do you have a list of items that's in the shop?
it's under services, under Sitsot's trade goods, under the fiefdom of Krivengrad. If you scroll down a little bit and then scroll to the right, underneath the pictures, you'll see services and goods. It's really kind of basic stuff. He's got a 3 exotic and rare goods. He's got a moonstone amulet. He's got a traveler's map, which you guys don't need because you already have one. Then he's got an elven cloak. He's got a couple special items. But I think all of it's kind of out of your price range. And then he's just got kind of, your basic goods. So, backpack, bedroll, rope, tinderbox, water skin, rations, torches. He's got healing potions at your standard rate of 50 gold apiece, crowbar, climbing kit, lantern, oil flask, monocles, spyglass, moonstone amulet, which is, it's an interesting item. A lot of these things are going to have a kind of a vague description unless you buy it. Traveler's map, you have one. And now you know the price of it. Would have cost you 75 gold if you would have bought it. So that's pretty expensive. Elven cloak, pretty cool. Lower mundane item, semi-magic, helps with stealth. And then a lucky coin, which is pretty interesting. A wondrous traveling cloak, and then a potion of water breathing. So he's got some interesting things. But Sitsot's kind of a place where you guys will be able to RP with this NPC and be like, I'm looking for an item that may be able to do this, and then maybe he can get it imported for you. So that's why this quest was so important. So, other than the fact that you guys also got a map.
Got a map.
For the sake of a monk class, because I don't know. Brass knuckles, gauntlets for punching to do.
Fisty weapon.
Fisty punchy
and
stuff.
In Krivengrad, there's a chance that you may be able to talk to Sitsot of those that come in and kind of look for things like that. Maybe talk to the blacksmith to specially make something. But within this area, that's a very exotic weapon.
Okay.
100% exotic weapon. You're going to be more akin to the traditional monk weapons for now. But through RP, you might find somebody that can make something for you. Especially if you put in your backstory, like, the people that train me use these type of things. And then maybe I can go off that and then do something for you. But there's nothing within the town currently like that.
Okay.
So, even at the blacksmith, it's very, there's horseshoes and, some daggers and, a short sword. And
Normal weaponry.
some crappy armor, all normal. There's nothing. It's a very survival, dark fantasy setting.
So my nunchucks would stand out quite a bit to anybody.
Oh, 100%. all of you stand out quite a bit. That's why everyone's like, "Oh, there's adventurers in town," and they're excited, and some people are afraid, and things like that. So,
Cool.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I'm glossing over kind of some things mainly because there's 3 of you here, and I want the kind of like joy of certain things to be shared amongst all of you. Specifically, Sitsot's back. I made a whole thing with like Sitsot back and forth with the withered with the wizard. Like I'm assuming she's probably going to be from the Isle of Cass. Yeah, like I did a lot of things that we're just getting through it tonight, but we're having fun, so that's all that matters. The withered.
The withered. You're withered.
Welcome to Whiskey Dice, where I slur my words.
Well, Sitsot, sorry we couldn't bring all your bow ties back, but appreciate the reward.
I will live. I will live. There's a tear in his eye.
If we ever run into any bow ties, bring them straight to you.
I'll pay top dollar for them. For all of them.
I would actually, I'm just curious. Have you ever seen anything like this? And I'd pull out the figurines out of my bag.
A lot of traders come through with those. There's one that comes through Krivengrad every few weeks, actually. Older man makes customized boards of chess, specifically.
Okay.
Are you looking to sell it?
Potentially, yeah. I don't play chess. I like to punch things.
These are actually highly coveted of those that actually do. I could give you 4 gold for the set.
Yeah. Oh, I don't see why not.
Good trade. Good trade. Tell you what, because of our deal, I'll give you 4 gold, 2 silver.
Well, that works. I appreciate it.
So you take that out of your inventory. It's actually a good sale.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
It's essentially just like little different chess pieces, kind of. It's all dictated on the region, so.
Try to see if there's anything else.
You also kind of got some insight of like elderly trader comes through every couple weeks. Now you have an idea of who it may be. Sitsot didn't refer to him by name, so maybe they're not close. Yeah, but this guy's probably not coming through anytime soon. Yeah. That bitch dead.
Alright, I follow now. Ooh.
Dead man's chess.
Alright. Well, I think with that, well, Oztrix, unless you had anything you wanted to ask.
No, I think I'm all set as well.
Alright, let's go get the big guy and let's go to the bailiffs.
So what services were you looking for at the bathhouse? Specifically.
Yeah. He feels weird about not remembering things.
Okay.
So he would go, "Do you sell anything to help me remember stuff?"
So
It's a rather long story.
So you walk up to Leora Tennyson. By the way, at the bathhouse, Leora Tennyson is a very young woman, very attractive, long brown hair, intricately braided. In session 0, the party actually helped her out with some issues that the bathhouse was having, and they have thus kind of earned free bathhouse accoutrement and services. And you ask, say it again. You ask what from Leora as you find her? You just walk up to her.
Excuse me. I guess I blacked out yesterday. Do you have anything to help me not do that? No.
I think maybe you should see a doctor.
Is there a doctor in town?
I mean, you could go see Brother Dobrin, I guess. They are saying that there's a new cleric in town. Maybe you can go find him.
New cleric in town.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I will go ask.
Okay.
Can I get a bath instead?
Oh yeah, yeah. As we discussed, free of charge. Do you need anything else? Your clothing cleaned? Perhaps the company of a friend?
All my friends are gone. They're at Sitzot. Are you suggesting you?
No.
No?
No, not me.
Okay.
But I can arrange someone to help you bathe if you wish.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, he doesn't know what that means. What do you mean? Help bathing.
She just smiles. I'll arrange it. You look like you're tense anyway. Go into the private bath down there on the right. It's the furthest tent.
Okay.
And I'll send someone over.
Okay. I walked into the. I go what she tells me to.
As the fantasy camera fades
To
to
black.
A little while later, Oztrix and Gorik come to the bathhouse as a very wide-eyed. I mean, however you want to describe yourself after
Yeah.
probably the first time. You come walking out of the tent, a new man.
Some would say.
Mm-hmm. Shit-eating grin.
Huh.
Oztrix, Gorik, you know how bathhouses work. They offer all kinds of services.
Oh,
I told you you'd love it.
did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I didn't know what she meant by helping bathe. Now I do. I see why.
Sure. Yeah, sure. When in Rome.
To be fresh again.
Where's Rome?
There's no Rome in this setting. When in Duravoc, I think.
Yeah, in Durham.
There you go.
When in
That's the
Duravoc.
Rome. That's the Rome, yeah.
When in Duravoc. Do you feel better?
I mean, I do. I'm kind of weird though.
She made you forget all your woes. You actually get a temporary buff. So
Don't
you,
say.
That clarity.
you get advantage on all Constitution saving throws for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
If you guys go to the bathhouse and partake in these services that are free of charge within Cravengrad, you could also get that. You just have to partake in the services. So,
Anyway, how is Sitzot?
Happy and sad.
Happy and sad.
He's happy to get some of his bow ties back, sad not to get the rest.
I see.
And he mentioned there was no tailor in town, so he has to custom order the bow ties. So
Taylor makes bow ties.
yes,
I see.
can. Bow ties are like a luxury item. It's not something you
Right.
need.
We talked about this headdress sort of thing. Yes.
Yeah, so they're usually more expensive. They're not like normal clothing. They're usually fancy.
Because you guys charge for everything.
You know, Ostrich, I think we've got society all wrong. I think we should go and be like Galen's people. Screw the money.
We need to dial it back.
Screw the money. We can be friendly. You mess up, we just kill you.
Yep.
People won't mess up
Everybody
no more.
gets. You don't get one.
You don't get one. You just.
It's pretty straightforward.
I like this.
There's no bathhouses where I'm at, though.
We can keep
You
the
like
bathhouses.
the bathhouses, don't you?
how old are you?
Yeah, those got to stay. Bathhouses got to stay.
We discussed last session. I am
21.
20.
20.
It only took 20 years.
It's not bad.
Worth the wait.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Meh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you more questions. That's gonna be a conversation later. All right. So, hey, I need some help here. And
Yes?
I pull out the 2 tents. Would you mind carrying these?
How did you carry them all the way over here?
My back hurts.
I can tell.
Would you mind?
They can help with that.
Half movement speed the whole way, Oztrix, as Gorik dragged 2 tents. Like, broken down tents, but still.
Well,
Yeah.
This will help keep us safe from the elements. I think you had tents, right? You had stuff like this?
yes. We had tents.
Perfect. If you don't mind carrying these, this will at least if we get stuck out in the woods, we have some shelter from the rain.
As you're looking down talking, I just swoop pick him back. Not even.
Fantastic. As my inventory. Add
It
to your
is.
inventory.
Yes.
Tents are heavy.
Yeah, how much do tents weigh?
I don't even know. I know they're just too heavy.
40 for
Ooh,
20 apiece.
Okay. I still have 200 more pounds.
I did make them for the sake of the party instead of 2-person, 3-person tents because nice even numbers. Not even, but even for us.
50, 100.
Nice odd numbers.
Nice odd numbers.
I didn't even have my
We
carry.
like odd numbers.
I didn't even have my carry capacity down, so I just added that. I just knew they were gonna be too heavy for me because my encumbrance is 50 pounds.
Yeah, you would be.
You were struggling.
You were struggling, yeah.
A 10 strength does not mean I'm carrying much.
Considering like you're carrying coin and the rest of your
Well,
shit,
I got,
yeah.
and then there's the hunting knife. The
Yeah.
wool blanket probably wouldn't weigh a whole awful lot, but a little heavier. than
No,
normal.
like 0.01, like menial.
Yeah.
So,
The bottle of honey mead.
You look like fucking yeah.
I
Well,
got
the
this
bottle's
big. I had
pretty
this
menial
big,
too.
I had this big ass backpack, just like.
Fuck, you look like Samwise about to go on a fucking adventure.
Yeah.
There we
So
go. I am Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, while I was, well, I gotta rephrase that. When I first got here, she told me to check with the cleric that just got to town. Anyone know about that?
Look at ostrich.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ostrich.
Oztrix, he's not an ostrich.
Ostrich.
Are you sure?
So with an X
So-
at the end. Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
What do you wanna what
I meant
do you
that as
wanna
a
check
joke.
in about? Is
yes,
No, I'm not trying to joke. I'm just
Ostrix.
mispronouncing everything.
That's kind of the fun of it.
How does
you
one
wanna
typically?
you wanna do some blood therapy?
No. Is the
Uh,
only thing you know how to do is blood. I think the only thing he knows to do is blood.
What do you need a cleric for? You
I
look
was wanting
fine.
to talk to somebody about the whole blacking out thing.
Oh, yeah, take a seat. Well,
Are you going to make me bleed?
no.
Okay, I will sit down. I sit crisscross applesauce in front of you.
How are you?
I am fine now. I think. I feel like a great weight has been lifted off of me.
No. Not how do you think you feel. How are you?
How am I?
be a little more direct with your question. That's a little too open ended for him.
It's not about
That's a natural 20. Okay.
So you have post-nut clarity, is what you're saying.
I am getting, he is asking, he's probing. Do I feel anything emotionally wrong or different?
No,
How
it's all
do you
psychological.
feel? It's all
But you're doing pretty
psychological.
good right now.
Yeah.
Post clarity, he's getting probed by questions.
Haha!
I will rephrase that. Do you all feel on... I always feel like there's something wrong. That makes me angry.
Wrong, but angry.
what is wrong.
Well, how long I've been in town, people talk about father, mother, those sort of things. No, neither of those.
Hmm.
I want you to know that you are enough.
I won't laugh. It's actually very good.
Oh, he's more than enough.
Okay, now you made it funny.
You're like
sarcastic.
You're like Podrick from Game of Thrones. They're going to be talking about you for a while.
Yeah. I am enough. That's supposed
You
to.
are enough.
Yes, you just said that. Yes.
Positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement.
You should remind yourself each day when you get up that you are enough.
I see. And not doing that makes me feel like something's wrong.
It's not helping.
It's not helping. This helped. I think. This is all new. Most
Well,
of the time, they all said I was doing something wrong. The people that I lived with before.
Mhm. It's important to know that Rome wasn't built in a day.
You talk about this city. Sounds very nice.
I forgot our Rome.
Duravok.
Duravok wasn't built in a day. Keep that in mind. Don't rush the process. Experience the process.
Experience the process. Okay. I've learned a lot today, and the sun's not even halfway up. You're thinking it. I know you are.
I'm glad. That makes me happy.
Let us. What else do we needed to do? I forgot.
Exorcism.
Well, the exorcism is.
Oh yeah, the blood thing. I'm not looking forward to.
Yes.
You look awfully chipper though, so hopefully that helps take the edge off. But you're gonna be outside the door, so you know.
They kept saying that when I was in there. Never mind.
They kept saying that while he was in there. Oztrix.
Yeah. That's
Sounds about right.
good.
Let us proceed.
Let us
Good.
proceed. Let us dodge this landmine.
Do we know
Hilarious.
where the bailiff's area is? We have known where it was at, or would
You-
he be?
You do. You
Okay.
do. But I'm going to save the exorcism for the full party.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to say that Oztrix, you've planned to perform this exorcism this evening.
Hmm?
So you have some time to kill amongst the party. We got a little bit of time left here.
Okay.
So,
Let us
Explore.
explore.
well, I have something for you
Oh,
that we can do. So as you guys are killing time, Oztrix, you've yet to meet Brother Dobrin in person of the Church of the Four Lights of Krivengrad.
Mm-hmm.
You know his kind of general demeanor and things, but haven't met him yet. And the party, the rest of you, definitely haven't. So, as you're walking about town, just kind of enjoying yourselves. This music is way too dark for this. I apologize. Here we go. As you guys are meandering through town, Gorik, you kind of pick it up first. This stumbling man in tattered robes. Coppers for the paws. He's just walking around asking people, this individual. Anybody want to give poppers for the paws?
Jeez, that grammar's horrible.
I take a silver piece out and toss it his way.
You toss it his way, and he very athletically, dexterously turns, and in his little cup catches it. As the man sees you, gets eyes on you, and begins heading your direction. So this individual, who will introduce himself in a moment, let me pull up his description for you guys. Kind of going off script here a little bit, but I do think that saving the exorcism for everyone would be more fun. Do I not have the Church of Krivengrad in the main? Yes, I do. Okay.
You do.
I have it in a couple different places, depending. So, which you guys can pick it up. So, the individual is very disheveled, middle-aged man, unkempt dark hair, short, scruffy beard. His once pristine robes are very wrinkled, stained with dirt, smelling faintly of alcohol as he approaches. His eyes are friendly but tired. His smile is genuine, if a little lopsided. He carries a walking stick at times. Currently, he's not. And he seems to be making his rounds through the streets. That was much appreciated, young master.
You're very welcome.
That was not a copper for the paws. Is that a silver in there?
That's what I threw you.
That is a silver. Hello there! And he kind of like turns up towards you, Oztrix. Were you a man of cloth?
I'm more so like cloth adjacent.
No.
Who might you be?
No, I'm Brother Dobrin of the church. Over there. And you look over and you can see you've walked past the church a couple times, but the doors are kind of hanging open in the soft rain and the wind.
Does the church look disheveled?
I appear to have left it. It actually, so the church itself, I wouldn't say it's run down, but it's an old building. And we'll talk about it in a minute if you guys go check it out.
Yep.
Tell me. And he kind of turns and burps, belches, as if he's about to, like, let up some things, but it's just a dry heave. And he turns back around. Tell me, are you the cleric that Lord Rurik sent for? You, Master Oztrix?
I am.
Oh. I'm supposed to give you a tour of the church. Are these your friends? I mean, you donated. You might as well come and... Who do you follow of the Four Lights? What about you, big man?
I follow the trees.
Oh.
I am not from here.
So you don't follow one of the four? No?
I do not. I am curious about these four, though.
But do you even know who they are?
No.
What about you? What about you, young master, little master, small master? Are you a gnome? Halfling?
Halfling.
No.
Yes.
Not wearing boots. Should have known that. Who do you follow, young master?
All four.
All of them? Whoa, that's good.
I come from a monastery.
Oh,
Pretty balanced on followage.
good. And if the rumors are true, you Oztrix, you focus just on one or all? One for all for one.
Well, everything in moderation, I suppose. I would say that I probably cross paths with Mortis the most.
Oh, I understand. And what about you? Can you actually, big man, name the Four Lights? Have you been oh boy, have you been taught about them?
No.
No.
I'm from the forest.
Just because you're from the forest doesn't mean that you don't.
But
what are we talking? Oh, the Four Lights. What doesn't mean you don't know of them? Can you at least name one of them? Do you want to roll a religion check?
yes.
Okay.
That is. I have a +1, and this is a 13.
A 13? I would say that you would know of the Four Lights. So Luma, Mortis, Varric, and Eris are the 4 lights. You just know them by name. You don't really know like anything else, but you can recite them.
Yeah. Well,
Do you though? As he asks.
Well, there's the Luma one. I like their name.
That's
and then
good.
Mortis,
That's good. Yes.
Varric, and
Yeah.
then Arius, right?
Eris.
Eris. Apologies.
Close enough. Close enough. Have you seen the church?
I
Even
have
3
not.
of you. Well, Grand Tour, follow Brother Dorbrin this way. And he kind of like walks to the left and then walks to the right. It's almost like a dance. I would say, Gorik, there is a preciseness of which this drunken man moves that is interesting to you.
Yeah, I'll have been staring at him, like watching what he's doing after catching the coin like he did.
I will give you a perception check. Actually, it could be perception or insight. Mainly to
Insight.
you. Mainly to you. You're the one picking up on things the most.
Why'd you fuck me like this? 6 + 5, 11.
There's just something about him, and you're keeping a better eye now. Well, to the church. I will show you. I'll show you the church. Lord Rick would be upset if we didn't show you the church. So this way. Do you guys follow him?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So as you approach the Church of the Four Lights in Krivengrad, you wouldn't know this, but it is unlike any in the Briar Marches. Stands as both a place of worship and a monument to the ancient, enigmatic power that is the Four Lights. The stone structure is humble from the outside. It belies a deep history of hidden secrets that lie within its walls. As he takes you inside, it's not the biggest church that you've ever seen, perhaps, though maybe to most of you. Though if any of you are from the Isle of Cass, specifically you, Oztrix, as you've been there, this is a small church, but Oztrix, you would know that this is the Church of the Four Lights. This is the one that was found whenever King Malric took this land. This is what the basis of religion was founded upon. This place, apparently. As you walk in, it's interesting because there's a walking path, like, what do you call it? Like an aisle, aisleway.
yeah.
But it's in the form of a cross. The pews aren't set up like a row on the left and the right. They're set up into 4 different sections. And the aisleway is in a cross formation. Each of the 4 walls is a different full painted mural, each dedicated to one of the 4 lights. But in the center is the most interesting piece. The stone floor is built up to this old kind of ancient stone shrine that juts from the earth. And from it, there's these obsidian black roots in the form of hands that come up and grasp upon a black obsidian mace, holding it there. Oztrix, from your travels, you do know that apparently this mace was one born of the fire of one of the great dragons of the Briar Marches. It's also rumored that King Malric came here, and as you look around now, and Oztrix, you're kind of the one provocating all this. Though I would say that Brother Dobrin's like pointing things out and talking, but I'm kind of like talking out loud to kind of get you guys caught up here. On each of the murals, there is this kind of stone altar amid each of them, a donation altar, of which you can put gold in, depending on which god you follow the path the most, right? The rumor is, Oztrix, that King Malric came here and donated thousands upon thousands of gold into each one of these walls, trying to free the mace from the Four Lights' grip. And all that ever happened was that a few fingers moved. This weapon of the dragons, whatever it is, has yet to be taken. So it's a very interesting church, and Brother Dobrin's kind of going all on all about all this. As he gestures toward this mace, this artifact of supposedly unimaginable power, they call it the Fang of the Light. No one has ever wielded it. Not even the dragon itself, though the dragon has big hands, so it'd be kind of unwieldy for a dragon. It is said that perhaps the original king of this land, Satras, wielded this weapon. Though when it wouldn't make much sense, because in what Thalric writ about the Briar Marchers is that the dragons came after Satras, maybe before. It's all kind of wishy-washy. So, but within one note, there's kind of images depicting each of the walls, and they all kind of, depict the different gods. I didn't post it in this one. Unfortunate. It's within the Manifesto of Vale, I believe, is where you can get a real good kind of look at all of it. And for the listeners, the mace itself is very nondescript. When I say obsidian, it's more like just black stone. It's nothing crazy. I don't have the images in here as well. I guess I shared them maybe in Discord. But anyway, each of the murals are very much a depiction of the gods. But think of a very like Diablo, grimdark, full mural.
The pictures are in there.
Are they?
They're-
I
they're-
just can't
They're, they're to the right of the OneNote notes. That's all.
Oh, there it is. Wow. Mine is not acting correctly for me. I do apologize. But the church itself is just, it's quaint and peaceful in an interesting way. Someone of the Dovewood, not of the Dovewood, but being of the lineage that you are, there's a peaceful nature whenever you kind of commune with nature itself. Oztrix being a cleric, and then Gorik, we'll talk about your backstory once your backstory is written. There's just a peacefulness here. But Gorik specifically, you can't get over how well this supposedly drunken man is operating about the church. It's said that if you put in the right amount of coins into each wall, that perhaps the hands will let it free, the mace. And then you can wield it and be the king or something. I don't know.
I mean,
Why do you think gold is the way when the king put his a lot in there?
Oh, I don't think it's just a matter of gold. I think it's a matter of time, a matter of the correct coinage, and a matter of devoutness. There are many adventurers, hundreds that came before you. I'm so sorry. Any burps? That have come before you that have tried to get the mace. None of them have. None of them.
have you tried to do it?
Oh no. Oh no, I have no need for such a weapon. I don't use it. I use these. And he kind of holds up his fists. And I punch things.
Oh,
But
there you
not
now.
anymore. Not anymore. I preach the gospel every Sunday, 10 a.m. here. And then when we're done, we go and we watch the archery tournament over there. And he kind of like points out the church in the general direction of the Fletcher.
Used to punch things, huh?
Used to. Not anymore. Not usually.
Have you spent your entire life here?
Oh, no. No. I come from the Isle of Cass. I studied at the college under Lord Windleberry. But he's a drag. So I came here.
He's a drag, huh?
A bit of a drag.
Sounds familiar.
So Oztrix, it said that the bailiff's daughter is a bit perturbed.
Yes, she is. She's a bit possessed.
Ooh. Do you think that one of the four lights will guide your way in cleansing the young woman?
she's quite the beauty.
Um,
Not that that matters.
one of the 4 lights. I don't think so. It's gonna be more mechanical than that.
Mechanical.
Yeah, so it's a cycle of bloodletting.
They said that you were one of those. Though I've never seen the practice in person. This blood curation.
Yes. It's it's uncommon practice but effective. Very effective.
I do hope. As young Andrea is a kind soul. I hope that she doesn't fall into the hands of, well, not into the hands, but fall to the axe of the hangman. The witch doctor is the only way that we've been able to make sure that the spirits that inhabit people don't get into others in Krivengrad.
I'm going to certainly do my best.
That's all that matters. Anywho, I'm gonna go take a nap now.
And he kind of walks over and lays on a pew closest to to Mortis, actually. Within seconds, he's snoring.
Lovely. It's a weird looking stick as I walk up closer to the mace.
It is.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
As he does that, I'd actually walk to each and every mural,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like pay homage to each one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Is there one specifically that you pay more homage to?
Luma.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll for me a religion check.
Why do you hate me today? Sucks because I'm proficient in this. It's 8.
An 8? Okay, so you don't get all of the boon, but as you pay homage specifically to Thus God, you gain an additional 10. So essentially what this does, because you didn't get the full, do you have dark vision?
As a halfling? No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So for the next 24 hours, you do.
Okay.
Yeah. Just guiding your eyes. So. Got that Stardew banger right now. It's kind of fitting, to be honest. But yeah, I'll hand it back over to you guys. You can have a little bit of remaining RP with what you just kind of witnessed. And then whenever you're done, we're going to essentially skip over the exorcism to a final RP thing with Oztrix to wrap it up. But anything else that you guys would like to speak about tonight, go right ahead with kind of what you've learned.
I would walk up to the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is the shrine?
So Mr. Gailian, if you were to walk up to the shrine and like reach up toward the mace, it would be like outstretched for you in total. It's
So
kind
it's
of
very
like
tall.
very.
Okay.
The mace itself isn't like hovering, though it is held askew by the hands, but there's kind of these black crag rock pieces that are coming up. It's not a traditional statuesque shrine. It's very natural in some way, like desecrated earth that's been kind of risen up, kind of earthbender style.
Okay. I would kind of like run my hands along like the side of the shrine, just because it's the material's interesting into what's taking place there.
Yeah, it is. It feels glass-like, I would say, for the most part. Very smooth, polished, though rocky at points. The mace itself, though you probably can't reach it.
Is he close to me?
Yeah. Oh no.
Come on.
Oh god.
I would throw off my backpack and climb up.
Yep. I get him closer.
The mace itself is probably about. It's not quite as big as you, but it's close. Kind of like getting up to it. It's not that there's quite an aura of this place, but at the same time there is. It's not over exuding, but maybe it's just a placebo effect of the church and like seeing everything and like being amongst it. Yeah. Anything specific you'd like to do while being held up there?
Only like he'd be really curious about just the material mainly. Only because
The rock or the mace?
the mace,
Yeah.
the obsidian, like that's not a material that would be, I think, prevalent.
There is someone within the party that could identify it more, because I don't know your backstory quite yet. It's
The-
one of those things that, unless you're tied to the lore of the dragons in some way, to you it just looks like a mace that has been carved from polished obsidian. So that's the best way that I can kind of describe it. Without, yeah.
I would touch it.
It's cool, but it cool to the touch, but at the same time there's a radiance there. You're proficient in religion, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a radiance there, a warmth, a guiding light, one might even say. It's a holy weapon. It's tied to the four lights in some way, but there's something deeper here for sure.
Feeling that radiance, you'd see him kind of like put his hands together, kind of like bow for a couple seconds, and then kind of signal to Gailian to let me back down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And Oztrix, you take note of this. The small man does seem to be devout in many ways, much more to the entirety of the pantheon, as opposed to you maybe being focused toward one.
You'd also see him bust out the mead, take a quick swallow of it, cork
Gotcha.
it, put it back in.
Classic.
What did you feel?
Feel?
You felt something.
Oh, well, the mace's material is interesting. It's polished, feels like glass. I've never
Yeah.
felt glass before. Okay, but there's definitely a radiance to it.
Like what he does?
Yes,
Okay.
that's close enough. Yeah. It's definitely a holy weapon for the four lights, which is I've never seen it before. I've heard of it,
Yeah.
but it's never been something I've been able to see. So hopefully they don't get mad I touched it. He's
We
asleep.
got to figure out how to get you that mace.
Give me that mace. I'm like brother. I prefer my fists, but maybe if something's a little harder, don't want to punch it like pixies that spark with weapons hitting it. That was weird. Rather hit flesh. Haven't hit flesh in a while.
Exactly, the pixies were flesh, but it was kind of hard.
There's a difference. Punching something that gives. It's just you'd understand, right?
I understand.
Just a get you hyped.
Like I said, I trade with
Certain satisfaction to it.
Yeah. Like the squish and like the
squish is fine.
squish is fun. Just usually followed by blood.
Yeah, as long as it stays inside, not outside.
Oh, not what I used to do.
He's an inside squish guy.
Yeah, quite a few broken ribs.
Those hurt.
Just gotta fight through it. Just don't get there again. Kind of helps when you're small. A little harder to hit.
Mine don't tend to break easily.
You're a very big guy. Yeah, Yeah, I can see that. Pretty sure I could not break your ribs if I wanted to.
You try hard
Just
enough.
try to stay out of the way.
Just
That's why I'm here, to be in the way.
there you go. You can be in the way, and I'll slide past you. I kind of like run through your legs to make a point.
This will work. Is
You
it-
hold the line. I come punch.
This is a good dynamic you guys got going on.
Like, you bring your dynamic into this too. Like, you know, you can. I don't know. We gotta be careful though, because
You guys give him the runaround. They don't see me in the back.
yeah,
Perfect.
shoot off your lances with incredible accuracy. By the way, oh, by the name of Luma, those things were tiny, and you just like pow.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
You were right
Okay.
twice in a row, and not much day went by. I think you're not a broken clock, my friend.
Sometimes the wind blows with you.
Man, I want to break my knuckles. I want to.
You're really feeling it.
He is feeling it.
It's Currency his like legs are bouncing a little bit. Like, oh, it's been a while. It's freaking pixies. Why have to be so hard? I want to use the nunchucks. I want to punch it. Anyway,
Will punching me make you feel better?
no.
Why so?
I don't think that he can really full send in that case.
I
you
can,
know?
I can still full send, but like you're an ally, you're a friend. I don't think you'd understand.
You want adversarial combat, not just sparring.
Adversarial sparring. That's the way to put it.
So a challenge, but not to the death.
Not purposely to the death. No. That's generally tried to be avoided, but accidents do happen, and sometimes people can't be revived. It's very rare. If you hit somebody in the chest just right,
Mhm.
they drop.
Huh.
And they stop. Everything stops. No heartbeat, no breathing, just. It's kind of tragic, actually.
Sounds like it.
Man, I want to flesh. You know what? We'll figure it out.
And why do you all partake in that? Is it for glory of the tribe? Is it for... Are you hunting something?
When you say we, who do you mean by we?
You and whoever else does this thing.
You ever feel pent up? Just like a lot of weight on you, and you like want to get it out.
Well, yeah.
You know how you felt after
yeah,
the bathhouse?
Yeah.
After the bathhouse,
There was
yeah.
also the Pixie thing too.
So
I feel both of those things.
So I feel that way after duking it out with somebody. Just full on, just punching, trying to knock each other out. It's called boxing.
Boxing.
Yep. Fists. Usually you wrap it up with some cloth to kind of not soften the blow a little bit. Like it still hurts.
Yeah.
Soften the blow a little bit. But like getting into that, getting the shit kicked out of you and kicking the shit out of somebody else, you're bloody. Maybe you have some, broken rib or two, like knuckles are bleeding. Oh, sorry, you don't like blood, but it's a release. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy it except for the blood part. But
I see.
I also would worry that you're a lot bigger than most. You might kill somebody. Because if you hit somebody in the head, you might just crush their skull. But you might have fun if you can find an adversary who is about your size. Because usually there's like a weight class, right?
Yes.
Like, someone my stature shouldn't be fighting someone your stature. That's super unfair, right? Like you just step
Yes.
on me and I'm squished. Though I did always try to hit above my weight class. Didn't always end very well. But yeah, I just want to.
From what I heard from what my Dad was part of. Something that happened, but only one person left.
Yeah, this isn't to the death. Death is unfortunate when it happens when you do this, but it's a risk you take. Like I said, the right punch, I punched you right in the chest. I could probably make you fall, but the chances of that happening are really, 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 really small.
I see.
I used to do this every weekend.
Every weekend.
There's a reason why I'm not at the monastery anymore.
They got tired of it. Went against what they were teaching.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It is against their teachings. I don't know. It was fun.
Understood.
So you guys are having this conversation. At this point, within the day, eventually, after maybe some preparedness, you would eventually head to the bailiff's office. But, for the sake of fun and a good bookend on tonight's session, we're going to go past that, and we'll play through that next time. But Sir Oztrix, when all that is said and done, you haven't had an audience with Lord Rurik as of yet, and he's the one that specifically called for you to come to Krivengrad, under the pretense of aiding the bailiff's daughter, but for some other reasons, of which you were alluded to. After leaving your new allies, being very exhausted from the evening's affairs, you find yourself within the keep of Krivengrad, guided by one Captain Valen Auric, and left inside the Hall of Memories. While you're here, you're looking at all of the art that is on the walls. There are a lot that are a depiction of each of the four lights, but one does kind of grab your attention. It's from an artist that you don't know. Amid kind of a open, dark plain lands is a young woman kind of sitting amongst the grass, gazing up toward the dragons of the Briar Marches. It's an interesting art piece, and you kind of find yourself affixed to it as you're waiting in the Hall of Memories. So as you're staring at it, do you like the art piece? A voice kind of cuts through the silence.
It's kind of like nothing I've seen before.
I purchased it from the King's City. I don't know why I like it so much.
Like dragons.
Perhaps that is what it is. As you turn, you do see an older man. First time you've seen him. White beard, white hair, sunken eyes. He's in kind of clothing of the nobles. A lot of silver medallion and trinkets amidst the black-red cloak, the tall boots. This is probably Lord Rurik. I hope that things went well earlier.
Things. It's never the smoothest ride, right? But you always get to the end.
He nods. As we agreed upon, and he hands you a bound piece of parchment, of which we'll talk about next time. Everything in there is as we've discussed. But now is for the reason of why I summoned you here, Sir Oztrix.
You are a devout follower of Mortis, yes?
I've crossed paths with his teachings more than once, we'll say.
And I would be correct in identifying you as a cleric. Yes.
Of sorts, yes, of sorts.
Good.
He kind of gestures down a long hallway and begins to walk. Do you follow him?
Sure. I feel like it's a place where if I don't, I'm probably escorted anyways.
Yeah, probably.
So I'd rather, under my own volition.
Yeah.
When I was gifted this fiefdom, I was amid friends and family. It was a few decades ago that once Krivengrad was founded, that I lost my wife.
Sorry to hear that.
He smiles. But it's kind of like a sad smile.
She wasn't here to see Krivengrad be built in its entirety. But it wasn't long after that that an outsider found his way to Krivengrad. Thus, as it is, as I've seen over the years, adventurers and outsiders, I've always been welcoming, especially since that day. He was a man of the Ravorn, elvish in his kind. You may have met him, or you will. Currently, he works as my jailer. His name is Urild. Do you know much of the Ravorn, Sir Oztrix?
I can't say that I do, at least not off the top of my head.
They work in different ways than those that follow the Four Lights. They follow no god. Urild claimed when I met him, whenever he was within the cells of Krivengrad, that he was a witch doctor. Typically, those of the Ravorn are not welcome within the fiefdoms. It is Malric's decree. They find their way here, we send them back, or we execute them, but this one was different. I was stricken in a time of grief. My wife, you see. He claimed that he could do something for me.
And he gets to a door with several locks on it. He begins to meticulously unlock one at a time. Eventually, he pushes the door open, and you're hit with that underlying scent of death. But it's covered up by scents of spices, floral, lots of different niceties to cover up something dark. As he pushes open the door, the room is dimly lit. There's a fine, oaken carved bed. There's a body in the bed. A woman. She's elderly, and as you kind of glance at it, Oztrix, at her, it looks like a woman that maybe passed away within the last few days.
Urild was... he's what I needed in that time.
He gestures you in.
He was able to preserve her, to keep all of her organs intact, to keep her as she was, whole.
As he says that, he kind of takes his hand from the foot of the bed up to the top, kind of right next to the the woman's form that's in the bed. It's kind of disconcerting as he says that. She's been here ever since. For the last 30 years. There's a reason that I called you here, Oztrix. Earlt was able to preserve her, but through my research, it is said that those that follow different paths may be able to find ways to reconnect souls to their bodies. I can make you a rich man, Oztrix. I can give you titles. I can give you all the gold that you could ever want. I want you to find a way to bring my wife back to me, Oztrix. It is the reason why I brought you here. Do you think you can do that for me?
I'll need time.
He looks at the body of his wife. I've waited over 30 years, Oztrix. I have time. Understand that when you leave here, that now that you know this knowledge, that you are bound to me. The secret of this shall not leave this place.
Of course.
I look forward to seeing what you can do. So I assume we have an agreement then. You work for me now.
We do.
As he nods, he gestures toward the door, giving you your exit. And as you walk down the long hallway, you open that parchment. As you find a deed to a house on the outskirts of Krivingrad, signed over to you. Your new home. And that's where we will end tonight's session. As next time we get to commence with the exorcism of one Indira Cole, the scribe of Krivingrad.